You can do anything you like. It's D&D, as I really need that quote from Alex out of the 24-hour game. He did it in the clip, but I didn't know that it one existed. So, hi, I'm Casey. We're streaming on 20 Sides to Every Story, and I really hope things went live. If not, I'll find out about it in a second and look foolish. So, we're going to be playing some Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. We're going to be working our way through the Tyranny of Dragons campaign, and we are starting off with Horde of the Dragon Queen at level 1 with 5 new players who are going to be introducing themselves in just a moment. And I already got a woo going on, so thank you for the subscription. I'm going to work through it, though, and we got some cheers following as well. So, for the Tyranny of Dragons campaign, Alex left in the Thus Spake Zarathustra for the streams, and he cut it down for his own. So I'll talk to him about that one. So we're going to have 5 new characters introducing themselves. However, before that, I'm Casey. I'm the DM. The store is live, so if you would like to buy a rumor, buy a wandering monster, do nice things for the characters, all that is live. You can do so. I will say for these first session or 2, they are first level characters, so the wandering monsters are going to be a little wet newspaper. They're not going to be like, you know, Tarrasques showing up. Rumors are probably the more damaging of the things that you can purchase if you're thinking of investing. The characters, to set a little backstory here, are in the Sword Coast, where about 100 years ago, the Spell Plague ravaged the land, wiped out a lot of the centers of magic, blue fire erupted from almost any permanent portal. That means if you happen to have a bag of holding in your pocket, you had blue fire exploding out your pocket. If you happen to have a fancy teleportation circle in your house was on fire. All sorts of things went wrong. That was about 100 years ago. Since then, people have been a little reticent to start putting down permanent teleportation circles or carrying around magic items because of that threat of explosion. About 5 years ago, a city named El Terrell went to hell. Literally. That wasn't great. That made people a little more nervous about contracts and deals and that sort of thing. So there's been a little bit of concern about magic, a little bit of concern about your immortal souls, that sort of stuff. In this time of change and, you know, relative danger, the party has spent a little bit of time recently down in that's a little south of the Sword Coast. While there, they were pursuing their own ends, and it's come to be just about spring. Winter has just finished, we're heading into spring, and the party members, for reasons of their own that we're going to find out about, have joined up with a caravan heading north. Now, this caravan is planning on heading north, bending a bit to the east, crossing the green fields, which is a big expanse of grassland. They're going to be passing through a town known as Greenest, and then heading over to one of the trade routes that head north. They'll be going near and maybe visiting El Terrell, but they could have broken off at any other point. Spoiler, they're not going to make it. There's going to be trouble in Greenest. But the party doesn't know that quite yet. So, what I'm going to ask each of the party members to do is introduce themselves, give us a little idea about what the people that have been traveling with you for about 2 weeks now know about you. So that might be your appearance, what you normally do about the caravan, whether you're a paid passenger, meaning you're traveling in their protection, or if you've hired on as a guard, as a cook, as something like that. There's no one who's allowed to just walk with the caravan. You either pay or you get paid. Is very, very pay or get paid. They don't like, you know, free stuff. That's just not the way they do. So, oh, hey Bruno, thanks for stopping by and have fun in your game. But as we ask the characters to introduce themselves, please give a little bit of thought, general knowledge that you might have picked over the last 2 weeks, and you're intending to be with this caravan for at least another 2 weeks of travel. So it's about a month-long journey to get to where you're going. So you might not be making friends, but you probably don't want to make people nervous. So I would suggest against the cliche rogue sharpening your blade while you're in the dark, because that might make the people who have to sleep next to you nervous. Maybe just leave the blade in the pouch. If you have been doing that, expect people to be keeping very close watch on you. As we ask people to introduce themselves, do we have any volunteers to go first, or shall we break out the turn order and have you roll for it? Volunteers in 5, 4.
I'm happy to go.
I heard noises.
You can go ahead, Ed. I'll go after you if you want.
Sure. Hello, I am Stolara. I am a half-orc of a tribe called the Dirnok from the far southeastern area of the Sword Coast to the northeast of we are a tribe of orcs, Goliaths, and half-orcs. I am of the half-orc variety. I'm what some of you in the civilized lands call a barbarian, so I prefer guardian. You may have noticed I have some slight beginnings of tattoos along my face, around my eyes, but I have not yet proved myself to earn my full tattoos, so those are yet to come. I have the blue skin that is custom among my people, the orcs of my tribe, and I have the very dark blue hair that is shaved up one side of my head and combed over the other side. If it is not apparent from my demeanor, I am female. I have signed on to the Caravan as a guardian, as this is the role that I intend to play in my tribe as well. But thankfully, it has been fairly quiet up to now.
Sounds good.
You may have learned that I have come to Am originally seeking evidence of these savage orcs that invaded my land. They were fleeing from some Thunderbird, and I traveled to Am to find the Thunderbird, but did not find any sign of it. So I am traveling north to see if there is mention north.
Sounds good. And who do we have volunteering to follow up? Paul, you got it.
Well, hello. Howdy and good to meet you. My name is Ramblin' Rob Oaks, and I'm from everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. I've been to I've been up the Sword Coast. Good people everywhere. Anyhow, I'm here as a guard, just walking around, trying to pick up a couple stories or two, trying to turn them into songs, and maybe, get a little life under these feet, get a little experience so that I can write the tales and tell the songs, or tell the tales and write the songs. I'll be writing songs and telling tales is what I guess I'm trying to say here at some point. But right now, I'm just, I signed on to help. I'm a little good with this blade here. I'm also really good making a stew. And so, I do a little cooking. I do a little flexing my muscles. I don't really have any. But you don't know that yet. What you do see when you look at Ramblin' Rob Oaks is he wears a big, broad-brimmed hat, and he has this contraption with pan flute pipes held up here so that when he's playing his lute, he can accompany himself on the pan flute.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of a gimmick, a one-man band thing that he gets to do when he's playing the latest and greatest folk song that he's learned from either the kobold folk or the goblin folk. Anyway, I'm pleased to meet your acquaintance. Howdy do. Good night.
Sounds good. Now, I heard you mention a couple of professions in there. Did you hire on as a cook, and the entertainer was just pushed you over the edge ahead of the other guy who can make beans hot, or what was the angle you did? Or are you paying for this journey?
Now, not to tell tales out of school, they hired me on to be a guard, but that guy needed a little help. I mean, everything tasted like brown.
Okay.
So, I'm doing that as a help. And the entertaining is free, because I haven't been able to make any money at it yet.
Gotcha. so Rob Oaks is helping.
I'm a guard.
I don't. So. I'm sorry. I'm just having a South Park moment, and I'm trying to erase it from my brain because I'm pretty sure what you just told me was their food had notes of brown, and I'm not sure that we want a musician who knows the brown note. But would we have a volunteer to follow up?
I'll go ahead and go.
Okay. Absolutely.
Hi, I'm Isaac, and I am playing Chiquito. He talks a little like this, and well, Chiquito, he's from a different plane altogether, you see, and he came over here. A bit of an accident. He found himself here. He's kind of in search. He's become enlightened a bit on his travels, and is in search of he's a war. He looks a bit different than the rest. In fact, he's a warforged, a relic of a war from another plane. And well, this Chiquito, he's kind of have had a affinity with nature. So he hears there's some type of shaved woolly mammoth in Greenest, and wants to take a look. Throughout the time so far, he's actually he really don't mind. He kind of finds things here and there and trades them for his way. So he's traded his way onto the Caravan.
Mm-hmm.
And Chiquito, he likes to whittle wood with some stone tools. So I'm sure you've seen him in the corner, kind of whistling and whittling some wood.
Sounds good. Now, I noticed from the image, and I'm kind of picking up from the accent, Chiquito has some growths. Has one of those dislocated your jaw? Is that like what happened there?
You know, people ask me that all the time. In fact, it was I think it adds character. Let me see. If I hold my hello, how you doing? But if I hold it down, it's a bit more like this. So I think it adds a bit more character. Every once in a while, if I have to yell a bit, and it's hard to understand me, then I can talk like this. But I don't know. I think it's better like this.
Gotcha. So that was Chiquito, and now I have 2 left. Who would like to volunteer on that one?
I can volunteer.
Okay.
All right. I'm Jenna, and I will be playing Yaz. Yes. I am a lizard folk individual. I was born, debatably, mostly born in Baldur's Gate, where I lived with a troop of very smelly nomads, city nomads. Some might call them homeless, but I call them nomads. I am currently traveling with the Caravan to find my mentor. He has gone missing recently, and I kind of need money to find him because money makes things lots easier. So I am raising money so I can go find my mentor figure. Oh, and little guy on my shoulder, you might see him, you might not. He's tiny. Is Coca. He's a little mouse friend. He helps me sniff out food. Very handy.
Okay, so Yaz and Coca. Now, Yaz, you mentioned hiring on. What type of work did you hire on for? It sounds like we have a fair number of guards already, so another guard, laborer, cook? Were you the one making everything brown?
No, not intentionally. I did hire on as cook. I might have embellished my stories of my cooking expertise. I kind of wanted to be cook so I can skim from the top. But as wonderful Rob Oaks has said, things just don't taste good, even to me. So there hasn't been too much skimming recently.
Sounds good. Now the caravan master, I think Dodger was his name. Dodger is desperately in need of a good trade run, and you can tell he's cut a few corners. The lentils that he gave you to cook up were probably, half gravel. The beans are a little bit past their prime, and the bacon, you're pretty sure it wasn't pig. So you've got your work cut out for you, and maybe if the supplies were good, that would have helped. But you just can't punch hard enough to tenderize whatever kind of meat that was supposed to be.
And I was homeless. I ate garbage.
Yeah.
You think I could pull something out from this? But no, not really.
Sounds good. And that brings us then to Anrin, and I'm guessing on the pronunciation. Anrin, would you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Maureen, and I am also Anrin. And yes, the pronunciation is correct. Shouldn't be looking quite so surprised that I'm speaking like this to you, despite my probably deceptively barbarian exterior. I don't really know very much about the members of the caravan. I did hire on, mainly so that I could be sure that at least every once in a while I would have meat good enough to eat. And every once in a while I leave an offering, although I'm not sure that the cooks know where it comes from. I enjoy talking to Coca, although I'm not sure at all that Yaz knows that I do that.
What?
And at this moment, strangely, the person that I feel most comfortable around is Zolari, whom I sometimes have to stop myself from killing. I am a wild elf, what you would call me. I don't really know very much about any of the people. Until you told me, I had no idea that you came from another plane. Although I do find the tree growing from the side of your mouth to be an interesting touch. I thought it was a totem. Like Zolari, I have tattoos. Mine were placed by my clan, and they declare who I am and why I'm here. So my quest right now is my own. I may share it later. But for the moment, I generally sit and listen, and if people notice me, I try to smile and at least not cause too much of a problem.
Sounds good. All right, so the caravan has been traveling for about 2 weeks now, headed out of There was some mountainous territory that you left behind a few weeks ago. You've now been several days traveling on a road that winds lazily across the rolling grasslands of the green fields. Sundown is approaching, and off maybe 2 hours, you could have made it, but the caravan master says, we'll stop here. We'll make camp. That way we won't have to pay any fees. There's no taxes. They're not going to try and, sell us anything. We'll pass through Greenest. If you need to pick up some supplies, feel free. But that way we can be on our way and save a bit of money. Tents are set up. Those who sleep in the open can do so. A few fires are lit for the food, but mostly they want to keep the fires down. Even though it's very recently out of winter time, open fire in grasslands is just not an awesome thing.
Whoa, thanks for the gems, man!
Thanks for the gems there, Nuthouse. As evening falls and it's almost nighttime. There's just that little bit of light left. And some of you have settled down to sleep. Some of you have started to set up guard. And then there's a bit of a bustle about. People start waking each other up, calling each other over, and you're all alerted, gathered together, and the Caravan Master says, look, there's something going on in Greenest. We can see smoke rising, hear the sounds of combat, and with our looking glass we've been able to make out that it's a fairly sizable raid. We can't afford to get caught up in this. We've got a good 2 hours head start. We've got enough folks here who can see in the dark. We're going to gather up our supplies and start heading west. This will add another 3 to 4 days to our journey, and we'll be coming up the western road, but it'll be fine. Your investments will be sound, and we can guarantee your safety. Most everyone, go ahead.
All due respect, Captain, who's raiding Greenest?
And who's to guarantee the safety of the people there?
Well, it's not me, and I don't know. There's no profit in it for us heading in there. And everyone else, aside from the party, seems to be agreeing with this. The party may look a little thoughtful. The party's not quite a party anymore. They're 5 individuals who are looking thoughtful. People start packing up.
Whoa, thanks for the jams, man!
They get underway. Everything's kept very quiet. The fires are extinguished. People start moving away. But I think the 5 of you may have more questions, may have other concerns, and may not be heading in the westerly direction with the rest of the caravan. What are you all doing?
I heard Solari ask the question that was on my mind, and I was just going to walk up to her and say, it sounds like maybe you and I are on the same page here. This is not okay to just walk away from. I'm sort of fixing
No,
to
this
head in
is
that
a
direction.
village. There are children, people there who need protection,
Agree.
need help.
I agree. I'm fixing to head that direction.
I will go with you.
Anybody want to go with us?
Hold on. You two are looking to go. You're looking to still head to Greenest?
Yes, there are people that need help.
Feels right.
Definitely. I'm actually looking to still go myself. People they're all part. Society don't matter. We need help, and I feel like it's my duty, to help everyone the same. So I can't imagine anywhere else to go but there. So if you'd have me, I'm with you.
Then you are welcome.
Thank you.
I'll travel
Yeah.
with you. Oops.
No, you're good.
Your strength, your strength. That is very hard to say. Your strength will be most welcome.
Strength will be used for the benefit of making sure that we get to continue on our journey as planned. I'll certainly do my best to keep you safe.
Walking away from a square meal. I haven't done that before, but we'll figure it out, I reckon.
There are meals everywhere. There are people in need of help.
Nah, I agree.
There's
to be
Yaz
fair,
who wants to tell us why she is coming with.
yeah.
Sorry.
Yaz is going to agree that, like, oh yes, they're good people. We need to help them, but maybe a little bit more greedy. He kind of wants to see if he can pick up some extra coins along the way, but seeing that other people are going kind of makes him feel like their chances are better being in a group rather than hoofing it alone to a town that's being raided.
Sounds good. So as you sort of break away, no one in the caravan seems to mind or notice. Everybody's sort of got their eyes forward. Most of those who can see in the dark have been put in the lead, basically slowly leading the horses away, which are getting to be fairly night blind at this point. But they're heading west. You're heading east and then a bit north, and you're coming up on the south side of the town. You've got about 2 hours walk, half an hour of sprint running, but it'll be fairly deep into nighttime by the time you get there. As you're heading in that direction, you can see people moving about. You can see that torches or lanterns or some sort of fire have been thrown up into the thatch of several buildings. There's a little bit of a woof of light, and then it seems to go down to kind of a smolder. Doesn't seem like there's a concern that the village is about to catch fire, but the raiders are trying. They're not behaving nicely. This isn't, a polite raid. This is, pretty mean. People are scattered about. You can see basically little dots moving about as you sort of come down on it. So over the course of those hour to two, depending on how fast you run, eventually you come up on the south side of town. Is there any conversation you would all like to have amongst yourselves during that time? Any battle preparations, telling each other what you do? Or is everybody pretty happy with what's obvious to one another?
Who has good eyes?
I do.
Can you give us an idea of what we are facing?
I can give you the details. I may have to ask you some questions. I'm not very familiar with the peoples of this place. What I see... What do I see?
What do you see? Let's go ahead and flip maps. Now, as we noted before, this map is huge. So I'm going to zoom way out for the folks at home. And we're going to keep an eye on the south side of town for the moment. We'll be zooming in with that whoop, whoop, whoop sound as we get into battle mode. So, Greenest is a fairly sizable town. A number of homesteads scattered about on the outlier, but the town itself is as depicted on the map here. There is a town square in the center. There is a small rise, basically the only real hill for miles around, and atop that sits a fortification. Even from a distance, you can tell that the fortification's walls are uneven and not high enough. This is either a ruin or has been taken apart at some point. You can see a number of horse-drawn wagons that have torches on poles on them lighting up. You see one down here on the south, another over to the west, one in the northwest, one in the north, and one over on the east there. In each of those areas, there's a fairly sizable pool of light, and you can see figures running back and forth into and out of it. For the rest of the town, you're in a well-moonlit night. You can see, but not great. Those of you with dark vision do see a bit better. Moving in and out of the light, you see human or elven-sized figures, humanoid-sized. You also see shorter figures. The shorter figures run in a fairly crouched position, and you believe you've seen sign of tail. They're a bit too small to be lizard folk, so you would suspect kobolds or something of that ilk. And as you come up on the south side of town, what would you all like to do, or what would you like to know?
Anrin, you are going to take a look and tell us what we are dealing with?
We are dealing with a town. It looks like they might be elves. And from what I can tell, there are lizard people running around, but not likely as. These might be kobolds. And there are an animal, a horse, drawing a contraption, a construction. What do I've never seen one of those before. In any event, those are the only spots of light. I don't see any sign of real attackers, and I don't hear any panic. Why don't I hear any panic? I don't know. It seems strange. I think we should go in cautiously and keep the buildings that we can see between us and the light that's available. If you can see.
I agree.
Sounds good.
I
Or
think
like-
that is good.
There are likely still survivors here that need help.
Sounds good. Now, I've arranged you on the south side of the map on or about the road, and that would be the most likely way to approach. Walking through the high grass, risks turned ankle and that sort of thing, and you don't see anyone looking in your direction particularly. In fact, from what it looks like, most of the activity is happening on the north side of the town. The only real pool of light with activity happening within it is on the road a bit west of you here surrounding this cart. Which way are you headed into town? Following the road, cutting through the fields towards the cart?
Oh.
I feel like we should go to the cart. If we see there's problems there already, let's go and help.
Let's take the direct route, yes?
I'm already moving.
Agreed.
Sounds good. And do me a favor and arrange yourselves as you would be as you are making your way across that field. Some might call that a marching order. And once everybody's happy with whereabouts they're positioned, let me know.
Oh.
Yep.
I'm good.
Sounds good.
I am good.
Now, for the first time in this session, and I'm going to say you probably have guessed the reason, I'm going to ask everybody to go ahead and click on their tokens and then roll themselves an initiative. And I have not tried this with the D&D Beyond link before, so we'll find out if that does its trick.
It should
I
work.
forgot
I've
how
used
to
it.
do it again.
I use it all the time. It works pretty well.
So how do I do it again? Sorry, I forgot.
You have to
Click
have
on your token in Roll20 first,
Mm-hmm.
and then click on the initiative in D&D Beyond. There should be a die icon next to the stat.
Just click it once now if they've updated.
Thank you.
Sometimes it's slow.
Get it?
Yeah.
It hasn't come through.
Dun, dun, dun,
Oh,
dun.
Maybe give it another go.
Okay, there is no dice icon by the initiative. So that's weird. So let me get back into this and see why not.
Sure. And folks at home, this is our first, this is session 1, so there will be all sorts of technical issues
can you-
coming up.
If you just click on the number, the plus X number that is your initiative, it'll roll.
That's what I thought it would do, and it did roll, and it rolled in this sheet, and it was working before. It seriously was.
So Beyond 20 isn't working.
Oh. So if it's not, just go ahead and give me a D20 roll wherever you can, or if it rolled in the sheet, just tell me what the number was.
It rolled in the sheet, and it was, the first number was a 15.
15. All right, we'll go ahead and get you added
And I'll
there.
figure out what the heck is going on with this.
It may be that this is a massive, massive map, and I'm chewing up your bandwidth. But we will find that out soon. In the meanwhile, let's go ahead and get that added in. Objects and tokens. Gonna add turn. And that was a 15, you said?
Yeah.
Excellent. And we're gonna go ahead and put you in descending order. And making their way through the grass towards you are 2 women. One is an orc. She is broad-shouldered, very thickly made. She's carrying a quarterstaff in her hand. You can see she's been wounded. There are scratches on her face. There are scratches on her arms. There is a fair amount of blood on her. She's limping a bit, but she's trying to assist an elven woman who's following along behind her. The elven woman, very, very pale. You would say almost unhealthily so. Very, very lank hair. She's carrying 3 children with her, infants, far too young to walk, probably even too young to crawl. Those 2 women are making their way eastward. And Chiquito, you are the first to notice them. They are trying to be sneaky right now, but they're trying to hide from people to the north. You can see them outlined against the torchlight in that way. What are you doing?
He's going to, I guess he'll hold out his hand. Go, hey, hello, hello. There's someone coming up ahead. They look like they have, and I would be able to see that they have like infants and.
Yes, so she's got basically a little sling going on, and she's just carrying the children, trying her best to keep them quiet, but she's basically juggling 3 infants.
Okay, I'm gonna move up and say hello.
Oh, who are you? Are you with them?
No, them? No. I'm a Chiquito. How you doing? Don't worry. We're here. What's going on? Don't worry. We're here to help. Are you running away?
And
are you attacking? You don't look like you're attacking, do you? You don't. Not at all. What's going on?
The kobolds. There are kobolds raiding, and others as well. I need to get the children somewhere safe. And the orcish woman's the one speaking to you. The elven woman just looks drained. She looks just out of it. If we can get to the keep, that's somewhere safe or somewhere to hide. Would you be willing to help us get to the keep?
I definitely. He would kind of move up. So now, don't worry. I'm not gonna hurt you. I definitely would. I'll do my best to help you out any way I can. Everyone, looks like there's some people up ahead.
Now, Chiquito, as this quick conversation happens, you happen to be the first on the ball.
Right.
Is there any action that you would like to take during that little set?
He would just kind of hold his hand out and just not so much attack or ready or anything. He's just like trying to. He's whenever he comes, he always has to do the same thing. Kind of that, hold his hands out. I'm not gonna hurt you. Everything's okay, because he gets different looks wherever he goes. So.
Now, as you're sort of, making that, Rob, you're the next one. As everyone else is, scanning around, they've heard that there's, an attack happening, but you're the next one to kind of jump on it. What are you doing?
Well, I had been standing next to Chiquito, so I think I'm gonna just sort of amble, because that's how I walk. Over by him, and I can't see as well being. Just human. And ma'am, you said the kobolds were attacking?
Yes, there were, and she's looking around. There's a small pack of them, half dozen or so. I don't know where they are right now.
I'm gonna use can I still use a dash?
Sure.
Okay. I'm just going to move on to this side of them and see if, just so that there's some cover on the other side of them. And that's, I can't do anything else. That's my full move.
Got it. So as you dash forward, Rob, you hear the sound of a sling spinning up. Everyone has probably encountered this, whether hunting or otherwise, that sound of leather moving through the air, and then that snap as it's let go, and a stone comes whipping out of the darkness as a kobold launches a sling stone. Now, Rob, unfortunately, you're the one rushing forward at the moment, so they are going to fire a sling stone at you. You are within 30 feet, so...
That'll hit.
We're opening it up with a rough roll. Rob, 8 points of bludgeoning damage as one of the kobolds just launches a sling stone at you. Following up on that, another kobold appears out of the grass. This one a little closer to where Chiquito is running forward. Chiquito, you have a slingstone coming at you.
Yeah.
Yeah. 23 for 4 as the kobolds make themselves known. Anrin, you can see disturbances in the grass, but only 2 of the kobolds have made themselves known so far. What are you doing?
I'm going to yell in Elvish, woman, go with the orc and make your escape. We will cover your path. And I pull out my glaive. Well, I can't really pull it out. It's like there.
Yeah.
And with that, I just yell again in Elven, something to the effect that the kobolds have made a deadly mistake, and start to aim for the kobold that's closest to Chiquito.
Sounds
so I'm going
good.
to attack that kobold.
And
I can only get to about right here. I don't have to be.
oh yeah, absolutely.
And so here we go. And it's my attack roll.
And oh, there it goes. 14 on the kobold. Will land 3 points of damage slashing down on it. It's still on its feet. It's looking up at you, snarling savagely. Its little teeth showing its draconian face. Anything else?
I'm going to show my teeth right back.
Got it. That's going to bring up another of the kobolds. This one emerging from the grass to the north again. It is going to fire a slingstone at the woman carrying the 3 children. The elven woman is having a bad day.
Uh-oh.
She is...
Kobolds want to quit critting everything. That'd be okay.
Welcome to gaming. I roll a lot of crits. Don't worry, I miss sometimes too. But this woman looks like that took everything but the last bleeping little bit of health out of her. She is in critical condition. The health bar is flashing. She's in a bad way, but she is staying upright, perhaps under willpower alone. She's howling something in Elven. Who here does speak Elven? You know, at least one.
Anrin.
So, Anrin, you can hear her just howling something. It is a shriek that's got to be tearing up her throat, and she is yelling, "I cannot lose another child." And with that, another kobold comes forward. This one going to aim at the half-orc woman. She already looks a little dinged up. Another slingstone comes at her. 18 for 3. That will hit. She looks quite rough. Yaz? What are we doing?
All right. Yaz will use... I can use an action and a bonus action, right?
As long as you've got one.
Okay, just want to make sure. Yaz is going to use his action to sprint over here, and as they pass, he'll be like, "I am not the ankle biter," and he's going to use a bonus action for Hungry Jaws and take a big ol' bite out of the kobold.
All right, let's see it. 17's a hit. Let's see some damage.
Yeah.
Click on the word bite in chat.
Bite.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay.
And if you want to turn on the no modifier on that one?
No, just the +0 to strength.
+0 to strength. But you know what? That's one more point of damage than he had before.
That's true.
So as you bite into Vippy there, What else we doing?
That's all I can do.
Okay. Yaz, as you roll on up, 2 more kobolds emerge from view. One's a bit further back, the other one a bit closer when they finally break cover. The first is going to fire. Yaz, it's coming at you. It is 35 feet away, so this will be coming in at disadvantage. Yaz, sling. 5 is going to miss.
Dude, crit both ways.
I like the pretty Christmas colors. Kalu is going to emerge from around the houses to the north. That's going to put him pretty close to Rob. So Rob, this sling is coming at you.
Rob goes down. No, he doesn't.
Is a miss. Stolara, what are we doing?
I will move up. I can get to here, and I will draw a hand axe and throw it at the first kobold. Actually, we'll throw it. I see Rob is not looking very good, so I will throw it at the one.
22 is a solid hit. Let's see some damage. 7 points, drops the kobold. Now, this doesn't apply in this case because it was a thrown weapon, but if you do want to keep monsters alive and you're using a melee and non-magical attack, just let me know. In this case, however, you can't throw a blunt axe. It's just a whonk. And we lose a kobold. Show anything else? Whoa.
We lost our lizard.
I know.
No, nothing for now.
Got it. Chiquito, back around to you.
Okay, he gets his sense that hit him in the head. He's kind of like, "Oh," he's gonna go and look for the first one. Were you the one that did that? He's gonna go over here, and with his he opens his mouth, and these like teeth that look almost like they're dripping with like this yellow ooze just comes out and just goes to take a bite at this one right here.
Okay. 10
Wow.
will unfortunately miss.
Totally terrifying.
No. Yeah, no. Need to screw this back in. I'm there. That's yeah, that'll be it.
Got it. Over to Rob Oaks.
Double checking spell rules.
Sure.
Cantrip can be cast as and a first level spell in the same.
So you can cast a bonus action first level spell and a cantrip.
Yep.
But it's got to be a bonus action first level spell.
Yep.
Okay.
That's exactly what I want to do. I will hum myself a little song my mom used to sing.
Okay.
And it to the tune of Faith, but at the end, but I gotta have a heal. And I'm gonna cast Healing Word on myself.
You know, it would be nice if I survived the battle.
I'm gonna have to, and so I touch my body for 5 healing points. And that's good for 5 for me. And then with Vicious Mockery at Vippy,
Sure.
I will sing a song of the in Draconic. It's a kobold song, and it goes along the lines of, "You smell like poop because poop is you. You are poop, but poop is also coming out of you. You smell like poop, but you're poop. You're poop. Your mama's poop. Both things are poop. You're poop."
I'm not sure that's a kobold song, but sure. What is that's a wisdom saving throw? What is my DC I'm going for?
I believe it is a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. 12. I'm gonna guess that's not enough, and so can I see that roll in the damage?
Yep. As soon as I remember where I tucked my character sheet.
Sure.
It is
That's
not
the downside of the pop out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I didn't pop it. I actually made it go whatever.
Usually, if you hold down Shift and double click on your character token, that'll open it back up for you.
I had measure tool on.
Ah.
Spells damage increases 1d4. So I'll just click it. Why didn't that pop up in the? There it is.
There we go.
2
DC
points
13, so it did fail. 2 points of damage.
psychic damage.
Vippy feels bad about
And
More
himself.
importantly, for a level 1 party, disadvantage on his next attack.
Disadvantage
Yep.
on the next attack.
And then
Indeed.
I move over to this way.
Feels bad.
Move behind me, Rob. I'll protect you.
And that actually does bring up Vippy. Vippy's going to turn around, sling falling to the side, dagger at Yaz. Yaz, this is basically just a sharp bit of rock, but it works. No, it does not. Vippy doesn't come up big. That's going to bring up Dold. Dold going after Chiquito. Sharp rock scores with a 20. Doing 6 points of damage.
Uh-oh.
Anrin, what are you up to?
Is raging at this point.
Absolutely.
Wish me luck that it will actually show up. And so I am going to just roar directly into Dolde's face. You're dead. And smack him.
Okay. Now, quick question: do you have reckless, and is this a reckless attack? I forget when
do.
barbarians get that.
Level
I
2
do
is
not
reckless.
have.
Oh, level 2.
I do
Okay.
not have. Yeah, I do not have reckless. This is not a reckless attack. The strength thing will come in with the damage and not with the attack.
Sounds good.
Okay, so here we go.
A 13 is enough. 4 points of slashing damage come down, and that will drive Doldy to the ground. Anrin, anything else?
Yes, I'm going to use my movement, and as a wood elf, I actually have I have swift feet, so I have 35 movement. And I can stand right here. Sorry, and that's where I'm going to go because I can reach here, and I can reach here, and who's next?
That's good. Next up actually comes Snilty up here. They are going to rush forward, and unfortunately, Yaz, you're about to learn something about kobolds. They might seem a little smaller than lizard folk, but they work together real well. It runs up the back of Vippy, leaps off, and comes right at your face with the dagger. Pack tactics, advantage on the attack. 21 for 4.
They needed it.
Yeah.
That's going to bring up Idra. Idra coming in. Kobold pile on Yaz. Yaz, advantage, melee. 22 for 3.
And to explain why I only did 1 before is because Hungry Draws gives me the temporary hit points. So just to clear that up in case that became a question.
Sounds good. And you have 3 kobolds working very hard to do you harm. What are you doing?
Yeah, they're doing a really good job too. I am going to cast Hex on I can't read their name. The one that might already have disadvantage. Vippy, yeah.
Okay.
Do it on that one.
Sure can.
Cast the Hex, and I can choose one ability where they get disadvantage on, so I'll choose Dexterity. And then I'm going to slash with my dagger.
Let's see it. Oh. No, that will not land.
That is a no.
That is a no, but we have applied a hex.
Yes. Oh wait. Is he No. He has disadvantage.
He
Never
has
mind.
disadvantage.
I'm getting confused.
But even with
confused.
advantage, an 8 and a 6 just wouldn't have done.
Nope,
Yaz,
you're right.
anything else for you?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. So the difficulty level for this campaign has been set at nightmare mode, just so we all know. And that's going to bring up our kobold in the background. They are rushing forward. Anrin, as they get close, they are going to bound off their friend and come at you with advantage on the attack from Pack Tactics. A 19 for 3. So 3 points of damage to Anrin. And show me something.
I will draw my maul off of, which those of you who have been traveling with me, I have never drawn presents. But I will draw it now. And I will miss this kobold.
You will miss that kobold, unfortunately. Anything else for you?
No, not for now.
Got it. Now, the two women, that orc and the elf, have been slowly moving back. They've been very careful, very defensive. They are taking the dodge action. They're not trying to get away, but there's not much that they can do, as hurt as they are, without taking further risk. Chiquito, what are you doing? And I see you're kind of hurt yourself there.
Just a little bit. I'm gonna. I think I might use a healing word on myself for my bonus action.
Sure can.
Okay, and then boop. I don't know. Okay, so that's what 1d4. And then while I do that, I am going to. Sorry about that. Why is this? And then I'm gonna. Move a bit further back.
Okay.
And I think that'll be it for this turn, and I'll take care of my health.
So healing word's a bonus action. Was there an action that I missed?
Oh, no, not it. I'll you know what? I'll do a dodge. I'll just put dodge.
You got it.
Okay.
Rob Oaks,
What are you up to?
I'm a little disconcerted here that these kobolds are so unfriendly-like. But my friends, my new friends here, they seem to be struggling. So I'm gonna join the fray. But before I do, at this guy here, I'm gonna sing, "Little red kobold, baby, you're much too slow." And then vicious mockery, got a
Yes.
DC 13.
Yes. Oh, he passes this
Oh,
one.
I made it!
But
I was already running at him.
You start, set, and he just reaches up and tugs his little beret and gets ready for the fight.
That beret's not raspberry.
That is raspberry.
You're gonna have to walk in through the outdoor then.
Mm.
All right. I will then attack with my rapier.
All right. So vicious mockery would be a action.
Oh, it is. That's
yes.
right.
Yes,
It
vicious
is an
mockery
action.
is the action. So did you want to get that close, or do you want to
I
stay back a
sure
little?
didn't. I'm gonna hang out with Chiquito.
Okay.
What are you doing there? Good to see you.
Yeah.
Fair enough. That's going to bring up some of our kobolds. Vippy, insulted and damaged, but still ready to attack, lashes out, has advantage and disadvantage, so just a regular old poke with its rock dagger. Coming at Yaz. An 8 is not going to do. Anrin, what would you like to do?
Kill.
Oh, all I heard was kill.
That's all you need to hear.
That's it.
Kill. Kill.
Okay.
Kill. That's all I'm thinking. right now.
Kill.
That's all I want in life.
All I want in life.
Aaron,
So-
who'd you like to go after with this killing
This
aura?
murderous rage. I'm definitely going after Rostri.
Okay. Oh, a 5 is just not going to score. These kobolds know to stay low. There's a lot of grass. That big blade and haft getting caught up in it, I think. Anything else for you?
No, other than just to sort of like howl in rage at this point for missing.
A lot of howling going on at the moment, but Yaz, you are getting the bum's rush at the moment. Kobold to the north attacking with advantage. Dagger, an 8 and a 6, not going to do. Idra down on the south side, seeing Anrin getting a little angry and swinging around a big weapon. Anrin, you've got a dagger with advantage coming at you. A 13's probably going to miss.
It does.
Yaz, what have you got?
As they're trying to swipe at him, he's like, huh, dig that. And then he's going to try to stab at Vippy.
Okay.
Yeah, Vippy, that's the one. Dagger.
Ooh, 21's a solid hit. Let's see some damage.
Yes.
Give me at least a 2. 4 is bigger than 2. That'll do it. Vippy falls. Hex can be moved with a bonus action.
Heck yes.
Hex yes.
Hex yes. I'm gonna move it to this guy, if I could show you this one.
That one down there, you got it.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go ahead and hex up. And yes, Kogo, the store is in play. Feel free to help or hinder the party. I was joking about using wet newspaper for monsters, but these monsters have been a little stiff at the moment, so a extra few might be problematic. Yaz, anything else for you?
Used bonus action. No, yep, that's it.
Okay. Social just fired off, I think. I believe everyone gets inspiration, so everyone please tick yourself off
nice.
inspiration. You may use it whenever you like. You must declare it before you roll, and it does give you advantage. You can have stacked inspiration, so if we happen to get 2 or 3 or 4 bought for you, feel free. I know the sheet doesn't really have a spot for that. Just mark it down. And that's going to bring up Rattray for Anrin with advantage due to the pack tactics. Womp.
Pack tactics.
Tactics. 23 for 3. Anrin, please reduce that down to 1 because of that rage. Show.
I think it is time to rage as well.
You got it. You've had enough. That would
I
be
will
show
rage
enough.
and I will move into the middle of them. And then I will turn and attack the Sneetly.
Whoa! Diving right in there.
And I will hit for 13 points, 15 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yes. You pound the kobold into the ground like a snake. Show anything else?
That was a bonus, a move, and an action, so no.
Excellent. And I do see a healing potion has been awarded. Chat, please let me know who's going to find that in the grass,
Thanks,
having
Scott.
fallen out. Chiquito, though. Choose who needs it most. I'm going to say, as that kobold just went squish, a fountain of loot came out, and a healing potion landed on the ground. Now you can see that these kobolds have been doing a bit of looting. Some household goods had fallen out. Most of the stuff was standard fare, silverware, etc. But this looks like one of those precious healing potions that folks are talking about. Chiquito, what you doing?
Chiquito is going to say, well, you gotta try this one more time. He's feeling a little bit better, and he's going to try to help him out. There we go.
All right.
Now it's the same thing, and then this time a little extra scissory attack comes out. Go.
And is this Rattray on the left or Idra on the right?
We're going after Rattray.
Rattray
right?
on the left.
All right. There it is. Shouldn't have closed it before I did that. All right. Here we go. Sorry about that.
17's a solid hit. Let's see that damage.
Oh yeah, here we go. Oh yeah.
It probably would have done more damage if you weren't talking with your mouth full.
That's exactly okay. It was more of a little whip. Ting.
Chiquito, anything else for you?
Just dripped
that'll
on
be
him a little bit.
All right, Rob.
Sorry, I was drooling.
What do we got, Rob?
Sorry about that.
All right. I was gonna do inspiration, but I'm not gonna do that now. So at the one that just got a little bit of spittle on him,
Okay.
I'm gonna say, I wish you were a creeper crawler. I wish you were a howler. I wish you had a sending stone, but I still won't call you. And then I'm going to move here, and hopefully he doesn't roll over that.
Crushes it.
No!
Crushes
still-
it.
That was my action, and I moved, and I'm gonna stick with it this time. So hopefully I don't go down.
Yeah, these
They
kobolds
did
are
so
working
good,
together.
too.
They're popping and locking in tandem. It's just you're cheering them on.
Oh, I can't use inspiration that way now.
No, can't use inspiration that way.
Yep.
Oh, though Alex is doubling down. Another buy everyone inspiration. So everyone has 2 in their pockets
Nice.
to use. Anrin, as it comes around to your turn, what you up to?
This big, we need them.
Angry, not thinking, and I plant my glaive in the ground with one hand, and I'm going to go ahead and hit Rotary as hard as I can
Okay.
with my hands.
And the weapon's not working. Sometimes you just need to punch a lizard.
Yes, you do.
17
And-
will work.
Okay, so it didn't seem like it's adding.
It did not give you your rage, so that goes on there, and that pushes it over the top to enough. Rotary is no more.
Huh.
Anrin,
Chiquito. That is amazing.
that's going to bring up Idra, the last of the kobolds. He sees the desperate situation that he's in and is just going to try and take somebody down with him. Yaz, standard dagger attack coming at you. 17 for 4. Yaz, what you got?
All right. Yaz is unhappy with that, and kind of bears his own fangs at him. Like, all right, let's just show him how angry he is. And he's going to go and do another stabby stab.
Sounds good. That's not enough.
Dang it!
Yaz, anything else?
No, I think that is all I can do. Yeah, I'm calling it there. That's all I can do.
All right, show.
I'm going to tee it up with them all.
15's going to tee it up. I think this is probably going to do it.
Or
And that
11
will
points
do
of
it.
damage.
Indeed. So as the last of the kobolds are silenced and everything kind of quiets down for a moment over their guttural barks and draconic raspings, you can hear to the north the sound of the looters pulling goods out of the households as they travel back and forth between the cart. It doesn't seem like they noticed the disturbance. The kobolds were pursuing the 2 women. The humans, elves, they're wearing fairly covering clothing, and each of them has at least a basic mask on. It doesn't seem like something that would really hide their features well, but in dim light and in combat, it's enough.
So, as I am raging,
Mhm.
I'm going to head that way
Sure.
without a pause.
Okay. Are you intending to rush these folks?
I am. I can't get there because I just took an action. But,
Okay.
But
Not a problem.
in my raging state, I am not tactically sound.
Fair enough. So we will stay in combat. I'm going to add the additional combatants to the turn order here. And in that quick little scramble, has anyone picked up the healing potion?
Not yet.
I think I might. I would pick it up and then go, yeah, yes! And you kind of throw it slow motion.
Thank you. It's funny, if you didn't do it, I was actually going to pick it up and give it to you.
And I believe that'll bring us then to the top of the turn order, Rob. Now these 4 humanoids are moving into and out of the house. They're carrying things. It looks like they're taking some of the more valuable looking furniture. They've got tools and that sort of thing. They don't seem to be paying attention to you all yet. Are you screaming right now?
There's definitely some of that going on. Yeah, I'm not running quietly.
Okay. So they're probably going to catch on to someone's coming around the corner soon, but they haven't raised the hue and cry yet. What are you up to?
What are Linan and Kuth doing? Or Kuth?
Linan and Kuth are currently just sort of crouched down, sheltering and trying to keep the children quiet. They look horrible. Those sling stones took it out of them entirely. They're bleeding, but they're sort of holding themselves together, basically just leaning on each other like a teepee tent.
All right. I want to look around me and see if there's is a kobold sling something I, as a human-sized person, could use?
Sure. It's just a strap of leather that you throw stones with.
Taking the sling, because I don't have a ranged weapon.
Sure.
And then I want to run over to Linan and Kuth and ask them what happened. And we don't need to play that out or anything, but I will. That's what I would do. I would check on them first.
Sure.
And
they give
maybe even do a medicine check to stabilize if there's anything I can do.
Yeah, they give you the super quick rundown, which is kind of what you know. About 2 hours ago, a raid started. Everyone thought that the guard could fight it off. They couldn't. The raid spread. It's much bigger than they thought, so everyone's kind of switched from hiding to now trying to get to, everybody thought just close your doors and wait for it to end. That hasn't worked. And that's where they were trying to make a break for the keep. And the kobolds came in pursuit. And that's going to bring up some of the humans. They're moving in and out of the house. Anrin, what are you doing?
I am still raging, and so I am going to follow her.
Sounds good.
Actually right here.
Got it. And as our barbarians rush into the fray, zoom out a little bit for the folks at home. Sorry about that. Yaz, what are you up to?
I'm going to definitely down that healing potion.
Okay.
Much needed.
2d4 plus 2. Go for it.
Okay. So 7. Shoot, what is that? 3. Yeah. Okay. So that's right. Checking my math. I am going to. If I move to here.
Yep.
I don't think I'm not within sight, so I don't think I can move Hex to there. To one of the dudes.
Nah, you could maybe get this fellow up here as he sort of swings around.
Okay, I'll hit him then.
You got it. So he feels a little bit odd. Now, which stat are you weakening?
I'm going to do Wisdom.
It does need to stay the same for whatever you declared earlier. Was Wisdom what you did earlier?
No, it was Dexterity.
Okay,
I was
so Dexterity.
hoping to help with Rob, but I'm keeping that in mind. For now.
That's all right. And I don't think Hex goes against saving throws. I think it's only stat checks. So I don't think it'll help with a spell.
Dang. Was hoping. But I'll learn.
That's it. But you know what? It is against dexterity, and you see a little bit of a stumble out of this fellow as they start carrying their carts about. Show. Are we really back up to you? Yes, I think we are. Chiquito, did I miss you?
Wait.
Yeah, I
It's
think you missed
okay.
him when you went to me.
Oh, sorry
at
about
the
that,
top of the order,
Chiquito.
because Chiquito is the top of the order.
Let's catch up in time. Chiquito, what were you doing? That I forgot
I
about.
probably would have gone with Rob and go,
Wait, where you guys going? Hold on, guys.
and he's gonna he's gonna go and check on the two, making sure that they're okay.
Sounds good. And now we're going to skip the wrong person again. Show, it is now to you. Show?
All right. So, I'm gonna run right into the middle of them.
They do not look prepared for this situation at all.
And I will attack Lalu with them all. For 15 points of damage.
That is quite a bit of damage. That is actually enough damage that he never needs to worry about moving furniture again.
He's got so angry.
Show, anything else?
No.
Show, there's going to be a bit of a return fire here situation as the cultist drops the equipment that they're carrying and whips out what we're going to generously call a scimitar, but is more like just a sharp stick made of metal.
Those work.
But they use it well. 6 points of slashing damage as Thoria demonstrates her abilities and gives you a bit of a slice. Chiquito.
With rage, it is reduced to 3.
Reduced to 3, you got it. Chiquito, Linan, and Cuth are trying to quickly explain the situation. They seem to basically just be holding themselves together and looking for an opportunity to get to somewhere safe. What are you up to?
Chiquito is going to try to first reassure them, say,
We're gonna make sure you're okay. Just stay here. I'll be back, Rob.
and he's gonna go ahead and start making his way.
Okay.
Okay. But get about right here. And I guess I could use a dash as my action.
Okay.
I could get through here and just peek. I'd just peek and be like, "Oh, what are you doing?" And that'll be it.
As you ask, more scimitars and bladed weapons are whipped out and strike against Show. Show, 5 is just not going to do. Rob Oaks, what are you up to?
So they look bad, but are they stable?
They are stable. They have 1 hit point each. That's how close this was. So each of them have 1 hit point, and they're just trying to keep their heads down right now. Linan, however, is feral in defense of those children.
I understand. I ain't trying to come between you and your cubs, ma'am. I'm gonna go see to my friends. And I will take the dash action to. 60. And now I can see a little bit because of the torch horse light there.
Sure, absolutely.
All right. There's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing else I can do. Everything else is an action. So I'm just gonna be like, "Oh, what's up, y'all? I'm here." Oh, that's it.
All right. And as you get there, Show, you get showered with a number of household goods as another blade is drawn and scimitar swung. For 10 points of slashing damage as another cultist crits. Reduce it down to 5.
Thank rage for that.
And Anrin, what are we up to?
Corner. 10, 15, 20. Stopping there, and I am going to target Miriam.
Okay. She's got a lot of Show's blood on her blade as she looks at you.
I wish you hadn't done that. And I'm going to just use the glaive.
Sure
on
can.
her.
15's gonna hit. 6 points of damage is a good shot, but not
And that
enough to
It
knock.
doesn't include
That's
include the.
Oh yeah, we'll give you the
that's a
extra
short
2.
bow.
Ooh, still not quite enough, but you have got her looking just about as bad as Linan and Cuth do.
It also, that was a roll
Short
with
bow.
short bow and not your glaive. If that.
Oh, was it?
Oh.
It does say short bow.
Give me
it.
give me a glaive. We'll give you the roll, but we'll reset the damage.
That.
That's a lot more damage. And
It
that.
says short bow. No, it
That
says
says glaive that
Yeah, we
time.
got glaive that time.
Okay, weird. Okay.
Technology. And
That's
that is
right.
enough. Miriam looked like she was going to pull it out, but then eyes rolled back, too much blood loss, and down she fell. Anrin, anything else for you? Oh, mute, or it's not picking you up.
I have. Can you hear me now?
Yep, got you now.
Okay. I have 5 more feet of motion, so I'm going to just come up to right here. And snarl.
You got it. And as Anrin breaks out the snarl, Yaz, what we doing?
Yes, is going to scamper this over right about here, and going to cast the Trident through Eldritch Blast.
That's a pretty good Eldritch Blast. And if that's on the person with the Hex, also give me that Hex
That's right.
damage.
Oh, that's right. D6.
Yes, that is enough, Yaz. And with that, we lose Frieza. And anything else?
So that was an action. So yeah, I'm gonna move the hex over to Thoria.
Sure can. She doesn't look pleased with this, but that's okay. Yaz, anything else?
What you're going to do? No, that's it.
Show? How about you?
I'm going to move the mall over to Thoria.
That seems reasonable.
Yes.
12, though, is just enough. Yes, please. That is the 17 points of damage, and that is plenty. Thoria falls. Now, as you've moved over to the street here, you can see a little more of what's going on in town. And we're going to zoom out a little bit, and we're going to pause combat as we catch up to what's going on. So off here to the north and west, you can see a fair-sized mill, and you can hear the creak of the mill wheel going, taking that water power and turning that big millstone. You can see from the light inside, several folks are moving about. They don't have a panicked look about them. They don't look like they are being defensive, so you suspect this is probably more raiders as they move about that area. Right here, what you've discovered is the raiders were bringing goods out of the house, piling them on the cart, and putting that together, you might suspect the other pools of light in the town are other raiders doing much the same thing. For the moment, though, it's quiet, and no one seems to have noticed that you've dispatched this band. What are you all doing?
Yaz will kind of start patting down some of the corpses, seeing if you can find any coin purses or anything.
Sure. You start to give them a quick toss. The kobolds aren't wearing really anything. They've got their slings and they've got their daggers. Other than that, they were just carrying the household goods that they were looting and carrying about. Those cultists, again, don't seem to have any personal effects on them. They're on a raid, so they're not going to bring their cash with them. You leave your wallet at home. But
Fair point.
there is a lot of household goods that have been pulled out and piled up. It looks like 2 or 3 houses worth of stuff, likely the ones from this southern area, have been piled into the cart. Among them are some coins. There's also silverware, a couple of pieces of art, and a lot of implements and tools. Taking this, you suspect, would be from the townsfolk, but there's no townsfolk here right now. Would you like to look into some of that stuff?
Out of character, no, but in character, probably very yes.
Fair enough. It's finders keepers, and as you go ahead and start taking a quick look through there, please roll me 1d100.
Okay. 1.
82. Okay. So you find about 8 gold worth of pocketable items. These are nicer pieces of silverware, a couple of things that maybe have a little bit of actual silver on them, maybe even a little gold. Little trinkets and mementos that you could tuck away and sell reasonably easily. Now, the whole cartload is probably worth 30 or 40 gold, but we're talking about the kitchen sink. It's hard to get rid of, the sink. I mean, unless you know a fence. Do you know a fence? On the other hand,
it's pulling something, so I'm going to go over to the horse.
Sure.
And try and calm the horse.
You got it. Now the horse. Good.
Go ahead.
I was going to say the thing that it is pulling is a little unusual, perhaps, Anrin. You may not have seen a hay wain or a hay wagon before. But basically, this is for harvesting large amounts of grain. So it's just got 2 big wheels and not really much in the way of sides or construction. It's probably not meant for long distance travel, but it's on a horse and they could pile stuff on it, so they're making do.
So I am going to try and calm the horse. I'm also going to obscure myself.
Okay.
Something that what else can do, and so I'm basically hiding in the shadow at this point while I'm doing it.
Sounds good. So go ahead and give me a stealth check, please.
Okay. Well, I don't, because it's a racial feature. I shouldn't need a stealth check. So let me go check that to be sure, though. There it is.
I thought it gave you advantage on a stealth check, but I could very easily be thinking of the wrong thing. So we'll figure that out as we do. Mask of the Wild. Attempt to hide even when you're lightly obscured in foliage, heavy rain, and so on. So definitely high grass here, so you can sink down a little bit, and as you're calming the horse, have that set to you. Now, just a bit north of where you are is a small river that is making its way through town. Looking back behind you, you can see at this point it's narrowed a bit as it curves. It's probably 3, maybe 4 feet deep. A lot of mud and silt at the bottom, but you could easily wade, swim, jump across. Just north of that is a fairly thick set of brambles, briars, and other such things that would be a real hassle to make your way through. They're 4 to 5 feet tall, so they, cut off vision a fair bit across the way. You would not want to move through those at any amount of speed. You'd tear yourself up pretty bad. Off to the north and east, where the river kind of bends up in a bit of a horseshoe there, you can see where the road would cross over and a ford has been set up. The river widens there, and there's several cobblestones and such things, so it's only, a half a foot deep, easy for a horse to navigate and people to walk through without getting their feet wet. Want to get a horse dead? I don't know what scenario? Don't know what you're doing.
Scott wants horses to die.
Ah, okay. How much to turn the horse into a threat? I see. That would be a wandering monster purchase. So if you wish this to become a threatening horse, wandering monster is the way to go. But at the moment, Linan and Cuth have sort of moved up closer to you, sees there's no danger around, and is looking towards you for some sort of idea as to what to do. We could shelter in the houses again, but they've been searching the houses pretty thoroughly. Safest would probably be to get to the keep, but it's a long way between here and there. And
could we
These
see the
houses here have been emptied. Are they likely to return to them? They would be unsafe before, but now that they have been looted, perhaps you can hide inside.
they give that one a bit of thought, and okay, yeah, if we hide inside one of the houses that's already been gone through, that might work.
If you hide inside, leave the door hanging open, they will have no reason to suspect that anything has changed.
I don't know if, yeah. But
Okay.
what, that would work, I feel, but maybe that we kind of leave them a bit defenseless if they do decide to come back. Or, you know, I'm...
Can I?
Where could we see the keep from where we're at the
Sure. So
moment?
the keep's up on the hill there. So basically, that's that raised fortification a bit further to the north and east. And the good news and bad news about the keep is it does have walls. Those walls are in the 10-foot high range. They should probably be closer to 20, but it looks like they've taken some wear and tear over time. They're on a fairly raised bit of land, easily defensible once you're inside, but very open to cross. What you'd be looking at is either coming up along, then cutting across some very open land, or perhaps a quick dash up to the gate.
If you were to travel with us, we will do our very best to keep you safe, but there are no guarantees.
What if
you-
we put them on horse wagon and like send a horse because it'll be fast? It is not concrete idea, but I want to give it.
No,
It is the
we're
best
shopping here.
idea.
It's good. Good. Let's workshop it.
That,
So the
That's-
two... I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm going to say that's the best idea I've heard, and just start bringing the horse and cart over.
Whoa, thanks for
That's
the
where you
jams,
went.
man!
You were there, and then you're gone, and now you're back. I'm glad to see you're still there.
Sounds
And
good.
none of you listen, but thank you.
Now, Linan and Cuth, they both look out of it. They went through some pretty hard times, and they are literally concussed at this point. So as you're making these suggestions, they're just sort of nodding along, and you can see they're barely following the plans that you lay out there. And when you're like, okay, we're going to get you on the horse, and, you know, we're going to make a break for it, they're like, okay. And you can see they would fall down if not for the amount of adrenaline that's just barely keeping them up. So, what is it you're telling them to do?
So in Elven, I'm going to ask Nanan to let me put the children in the wagon.
So, she looks at you, she's like, I won't lose any more children. And she's
We will not
holding
lose these.
she's holding on. Give me a persuasion check.
While this is happening, I'm going to walk over and just with one very long arm, throw all of the crap off the back of the wagon.
Okay. Now, most of it goes pretty easily, but there's a couple of big cast iron pieces in there. So some of that's staying on there. I mean, unless you're really giving it the
I'll
old
throw it
Evo.
off.
Okay.
What,
I
Casey,
want
just
this
so
to
that,
move as fast as it can.
just so that I understand, what is your idea on guidance, so that I know?
What is my
Before I
idea
start.
on guidance? So guidance has a verbal and somatic, I think.
Okay.
So does it? Double check. So basically, if you're going to use guidance, you just need to be able to do that before whatever it is happens. So if somebody
Okay.
says, I'm going to think about this, unless they actually go like, hey, I'm going to think about this, then you have no idea they're about to do it. If they're being
Okay.
obvious about it and there's enough time for you to do so, you can walk them up and give them the, pep back rub, poke them in the forehead, lucky
boop.
coin, whatever you like to do, whatever you're,
Okay.
take a shot. Who did we have taking shots? Somebody was taking shots for guidance. But as long as you have that little bit of time that you need, and you're not going to drop your concentration because I think it is a concentration spell.
It is.
Yep.
Okay.
You got it.
Sounds good. Thank you.
So, as that persuasion comes through, Linan kind of gives you a growl that gives your growl a run for its money and says, I'm not letting them go. I'll get in the cart, but I'm not letting them go.
Point. I'm just going to grab the horse's bridle. And can I move the wagon towards them?
Sure, absolutely.
So going ahead and moving the wagon towards them.
Okay. Now the wagon currently has poles on it. Those poles have torches which are casting a bit of light around. So far you haven't drawn a lot of attention because you're just people moving around near the cart, which is what they kind of expect to have happening. Are you leaving those lights on, or are you going to extinguish those torches?
How intelligent am I?
I do not know.
So, out of character, I would not turn them off.
Okay.
Because it would still look like what they're expecting to see. In character, I'm not even going to think about it. So.
Okay. So they're staying on at the moment?
They're staying on at the moment, and I'm just bringing the wagon closer to the house.
Sounds good. You move the horse forward. It's used to this. It basically pulls the cart all day, every day. It moves forward. You now have the cart next to the house. Now what?
Going to gesture to Linan to get in and say, do you want to bring the orc as well? Are you safe with the orc? And ask her that again in Elven.
She sort of stares at you super confused. And then she looks back to Cuth and she says she's their other mother. She feeds them. And she uses the appropriate Elven terms to give you one, that she acts as a parental figure, and two, that she's a wet nurse.
My eyebrows are all the way through the top of my hair, and I almost stammer. In fact, do stammer. I have never heard of such an arrangement, but if that is what you wish, then let us do this.
Sounds good. So Linan will make her way into the cart. Cuth also making her way into the cart.
Mm-hmm.
3 children between them, keeping them as quiet and comfortable as they can.
Could I? Is there like a blanket or two that's spilled off somewhere, or like in one of the houses or something?
Oh, sure. Yep.
Okay.
So some of the blankets were some of the valuable things that were captured. So you just grab one out, shake it off, and you've got yourself a blanket.
Cool. I'm thinking, if no one else disagrees, I'm thinking cover them, because before kobolds were like, yeah, throw things at them, but if we cover them, then they're not going to throw things on just top of carts, right? So just keep them covered.
Sounds good.
Cool.
So we supply some soft cover.
Yes. If no one else disagrees, then I do that.
All right. Now what?
I think we accompany the cart. We go with it to the keep. We make sure they get there.
You got it. Now I'm going to ask, because I heard someone say faster earlier. At what speed are we going to move with this cart?
Beads here.
We all dash.
So you could whip the horse into a frenzy and try and run. You could cart casual.
Is there? I
You know,
don't know,
I feel maybe we should, someone might, it might be wise to look ahead, just so that we know maybe what we're getting into, at least a little ways up. I'm assuming we're going to take the road to the keep.
It would be best for the cart, I think.
Then definitely maybe
He's gonna go and kind of pet the horse for a second and be like, maybe it might be best if we do a bit of scouting, maybe, and that might help us out, so we don't lose anyone.
I think that is good idea.
Well, thank you.
You're very welcome.
I have the knowledge to drive the cart. I will get it moving. Move along slowly if someone wants to scout ahead.
Can move fast, and people can't see me, and I can at least read the ground. I'll do that.
Okay. So,
I like ideas.
would those who are going to scout ahead move ahead as far as they would go before the cart starts moving?
Go behind the cart. Yeah, I think I might stay. I'll stay near the cart at this time.
Okay. So you're going to be 15, 20 feet ahead of the cart, or are you going to go further than that?
Me?
Yes.
Um,
How far ahead are we scouting?
I'm used to scouting and searching out things, and so I'm not hesitating at all. I'm just moving I would take my full movement. But
Sure. So you can just go ahead and move yourself as far ahead as you're comfortable going. And we're going to ask you to roll a stealth check and a perception check as you head out to do some scouting.
okay. So
And we do have 2 inspirations still.
yes. So so I just want to be sure what you learned when you looked up the Mask of the Wild. So what does that do?
Sure, that allows you to roll a stealth check basically without having to be obscured, as long as you're in a reasonable natural setting. In this case, high grass.
So that's where I'm going to be. Hopefully this works.
That's pretty
Ooh.
good. That's pretty good.
So stealth and then perception check.
Yes, please. Excellent. So as you start making your way forward and as the cart begins to move forward, you reach the crossroads area and you start looking north. And it takes a while for you to sort out what's causing you to be so on edge. And then you look up. And as you look up, you can see a disturbance against the stars. It doesn't cross over the moon. It's not that obvious, but winking in and out, and finally you put it together. There is something up there with a much bigger set of wings than any bat you've ever seen. And it's flying over this area. Can I have let's call that one a nature check.
Okay.
Everybody? Or
Just Anrin at the moment.
Okay.
Okay. The wing shape and body type are draconic in nature, and that's about all you get out of it before you decide it's probably best to pull your head back and lay a little bit lower and not be looking up towards it. You don't want your eyes reflecting or anything of that nature, as circling over this gap here is something with a draconic wing set.
Very much not going to move at this point.
And your stealth is high enough that you could easily move backwards without exposing yourself, but forwards might be risky.
Decide to do that, but carefully, which means that I'm moving more slowly than I normally would, and trying to figure out how to catch somebody's attention. So I whisper,
So that was so quiet, I didn't even hear it.
What?
Let me do this in the soft speech instead. There's a dragon flying overhead. overhead? Who can hear me?
Whoa, dragon overhead.
A
Not
dragon?
good.
Yes.
Say something.
I look up.
There's a dragon.
Look down.
Oh,
And
Don't look up, look down. Okay.
look down.
We're not supposed to look up.
what if is it? Are you not supposed to look? I think it's okay to look at dragons. I don't think it's offensive.
They can hear us very well.
I speak Draconic.
Then we
I
just
do
came
too,
out
but
of a
I'll-
combat. They've probably heard us.
Also, isn't the cart lit up?
I
We
go and
are
I
in
kind of
torches.
snuff out the lights.
We're all like, lay low, be quiet, be stealth, and
We're all hiding around the cart that's all lit up.
I think
I was gonna let you guys go with that one for a little bit longer, but yeah, the form over there, and it's real hard to pick out because it is dark. So you've just basically got that sky going behind it. As you spend a little more time looking over there and you're being casual, are you extinguishing the lights?
Yes.
Okay. So you grab the torches off, turn them upside down, poof, out they go, and it gets dark. It takes your eyes a few more seconds, minutes to adjust. And could I have a stealth check from everyone except Anrin? Anrin's already good.
Hey,
That's a pretty good set of
I am
stealths.
the knight.
So it's a bit of a mix there.
Chiquito.
From the north and west, from towards where that mill is, you hear someone calling out, "Oi, everything all right?"
Everything is fine.
situation's under control. Everything's normal.
Well, get the torches lit. I can't see a thing.
We had
There were
an
intruders.
unfortunate illumination problem over here. We're working to correct it.
That sounds plausible. Could I perhaps have a deception from those who are offering responses? I think you're working together, so if you wish to give one or the other advantage, well, let's just hope that that the other can come up a little better. Not so much. So maybe he's not paying attention. He wasn't, but he was paying more attention than you were lying. So
It's true, we did have an unfortunate illumination problem. I mean, it really wasn't a lie.
So you suspect very strongly that some folks from the mill are coming out to check on this story and see what's going on. You can see torches.
I'm gonna whip the horse into gear and get moving.
Okay. So where are we going with the horse?
To the road and to the keep.
All right. You start charging forward. Who is steering/leading the horse?
I am.
All right. Could I have a animal handling check from you, please?
I have proficiency in land vehicles.
That is awesome. Could I have the animal handling check plus you get your +2 for your proficiency, or you can run the roll the land vehicles. Animal handling +2.
Land vehicles would be what attribute? I'm proficient in both.
Okay.
But if
I'm willing
I
to
might
hear
not work-
arguments. Are you doing
might-
this with a dexterous flip of your whip, or is this a charm the horse kind of thing?
I was thinking for land vehicles, it's more, at least the way show does it, is more strength of physically moving the thing to direct them.
Sure. Absolutely. You can grab and pull and make it go the way you want. Awesome. You get this horse a-moving. It is pulling a wagon, so it's going to move at about the speed everyone else can run. So dash actions all around as you start barreling forward. It is dark. Some of you can see in the dark, so we're going to say you can stay to the road. And as you make the corner and start heading north, up ahead you can still see that draconic shape winking out the stars. Is anyone doing anything about that?
Could I... Am I able to do... Oh, sorry, what was that?
I'm going to just go about that.
Okay, sounds good. So barreling along you go, and as you get closer, I'm going to ask everybody, go ahead and click their tokens and roll themselves back into initiative.
Uh-oh.
Really know how to do that. I feel like there's something missing. I mean, normally there's something where I can actually just roll initiative on roll 20, but it's not on here now.
Well, your beyond 20 rolls have been working otherwise. So click your token and click the initiative number and see if it comes up this time.
Or the word initiative. I was looking at it earlier. The word
initiative.
The word initiative doesn't light up at all on beyond.
Ah, there you go. Thank you so much, Paul. I appreciate that.
Awesome. And did that add you to it? Yes, it did. Amazing. Make sure I got everybody 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players. And as you come barreling forward, you can see hiding in the side of the road, stepping out as you come barreling forward, a few more of those nasty looking kobolds. They look at the massive amount of horse flesh coming barreling at them and decide getting into the middle of the road's a bad idea, but they are readying slings. You suspect the first person in there may take a few stones to the face. Rob, horses charging along. We'll say it moves at the end of the turn.
Okay.
What are you doing?
But I see them?
You see them. You see 3 kobolds. As you get closer, as you're barreling forward, they get ready to leap out, and maybe they were going to try and stop you, and then they see a lot of horse, and like, you know what? Slings. Slings is what to do.
I've spent some time with kobolds, so I'm going to say in Draconic, I'm going to point up at the fast-moving dragon, and I'm like, he calls, we answer. I'm going to shout that out in Draconic.
Sure. Now, you spent some time amongst kobolds. How about a quick nature history, and thank you for the subscription, nature history check, something along those lines.
Proficiency in history, so I'm going to take that.
Okay.
Oh,
you gesture upwards.
Using inspiration.
It's a little late. Little late. I got to do it before the roll.
I thought I could do it before you said the reaction. Or
no, I got to do it before the roll. But I will say an 8 versus a 10, and inspiration wouldn't have helped you much. So, don't worry too much that you missed out on that.
It's advantage. I thought it was a die.
Advantage. Okay. So the inspiration you get from stream is advantage. The bardic style inspiration, that's where you get your extra die. But in this case, you say he calls, and as you're doing it, you're like, something is wrong here, but you can't put your finger on it. And go ahead and give me a persuasion, deception, something to the effect of your distraction. Persuasion. They look up.
I believe I'm being.
You believe them? They look
I
up.
believe
They're
I'm
like,
doing it in the best interest of things.
What? But no real response out of that one. Are you moving forward, which would place you in range of danger?
I think the horse is barreling forward either way, right?
The horse will be moving forward, yes.
And I'm not in the
just
cart.
Do we know what speed, just so that we know how to...
So the horse will be moving forward at about 80 feet. So at the end of the turn, it'll be like here.
I'm gonna move this away.
Okay. You know what? We'll say it's moving as fast as you are. So 60 feet, it'll be in the middle. If you were to say let it go and slap it on the butt, you could get it through up to 80 feet.
But that would be the horse without the cart.
Say it again.
That would be the horse without the cart.
That would be horse and cart, but no one keeping up with it except for those that are on the cart. So you'd be letting it outrun you basically if you were running alongside it. So Rob takes a step off to the side. No slingstones coming at them yet. Anrin, what are you up to?
I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to go ahead and go forward. I'm not worried about the kobolds. And we give it one more chance. Are you gonna move?
Yep. Get there. Okay. So as you get into range, kobolds start chucking stones at you. 2 are close enough to get their shots off. So you will have 2 sling stones coming at you, regular attacks. Number 1, number 2. So a 19 for 6, and then a 16 for 5. Does a 16 hit?
16 definitely hits.
Okay, so 11 total points of damage coming at you. Did you say rage? I think.
I did not because I should have.
Okay.
But I didn't.
Would you like to get angry as the stones are mid-air on the way to you?
Well, yeah, because they didn't get out of the way. So
okay.
Yes.
That seems reasonable. So just before stone impact, rage kicks in, so take that 11 down to a 5. And I think you're within 10 feet of this little kobold over here. Is there anything happening there?
And so I'm definitely going to go ahead and attack with the glaive. And I get to add in another 2 points of damage, right? No, 4 points of damage.
Yeah, that's not a kobold anymore. You have definitely responded for the stone throwing. And that's a little scary actually. Anrin, anything else?
Roll my shoulder back because I'm really not feeling all that great anymore.
Sounds good. Chiquito, the 2 kobolds to the front have already launched their stone. The one to the rear still spinning in their sling. Up above, that dark shadow has yet to reveal itself. What are you doing?
Chiquito is going to move up 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He is going to he's going to cast I guess can he like just say like get out of the way, run, roll, it's coming.
What are we trying to do? Intimidate the kobolds?
Just trying to get them to run away, like run, go.
Okay, that seems like an intimidation. It's a little odd on the heels of the he calls, run. Maybe it works
That's
together.
Right. He calls. Don't listen to the call. Run.
Okay, run. Okay, so how about an intimidation check? I feel.
Okay. I could use. I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. Intimidation. Oh yeah, that's gonna work great.
So a 17's not bad at all. And we're going to go ahead and roll a representative roll here. Yeah, they seem to be buying into this, especially since Anrin just split one of them into messy little bits.
He's gonna kill you, bro.
Yeah, they're probably gonna run, but right now at least one of them's got the sling stone going, and you know it's already spun up. Probably gonna throw it if somebody gets close. Chiquito though, anything else?
That'll be it.
All right, show.
Well, I'm driving the cart, so I will draw a javelin from my pack and ready an attack for when the first kobold gets within shot range.
Sounds good. And as you do that, descending from the sky on draconic wings.
What is it?
A kobold with wings. Known as an Erd. A kobold with dragon wings swings down from the sky. It looks like it was carrying a stone and about to drop it on you. But with all of the exclamation and confusion, it decides, maybe today's not the day to fight. And it flies off over in this direction. Yaz, what are you doing?
So there is one kobold left who's thinking about letting that stone go, but they haven't.
Yeah, that kobold's got its stone all spun up. It's gonna throw it. It's getting ready to run, but you might as well throw a stone if something gets close, even when you're running.
So if I were to try to do my own intimidation, it's a prepared thing, it's still gonna throw.
Yeah, it's got a held action. As you
should
get close, there's a
with
stone
an
going.
Eldritch Blast.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, if that doesn't work, then Eldritch Blast.
Okay, sure.
So, okay,
Blast
I am going to move as far as I can go. Around there.
Okay.
And then use that Eldritch Blast.
Yep.
Assuming I can speak it.
Sure.
Does that work?
A 12 hits a kobold. 1 point of damage, though, doesn't do a lot to a kobold.
No, it doesn't. That was a warning shot.
It was a warning shot. So that is the bottom of the turn order. The cart is going to go rumbling along about 60 feet. It's going to get to about here. That's going to trigger 2 held actions. I'm going to say it's an exchange from Rit down to Sue on a held sling stone. So that's going off. Sue, a 21 for 5. These kobolds are crazy with their slings.
Wow.
Against who?
Sue? Shoo?
Show. Gotcha.
Show.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry.
It was me.
It was you.
It's you.
Show.
And then I was gonna throw my javelin at the nearest the first kobold that came in range, so that would be.
Certainly may. That is a definite hit. Didn't get the chance to run away.
Nice.
And that's going to bring up the top of the turn order. Top of the turn order is Rit, the one that just threw the stone. He sees what's going down, the horse coming by, you people coming after it, and decides discretion is the better part of valor, and dives into the brambles. It uses its movement to wriggle forward. It only gets about 10 feet in, but there is a lot of brambles between you and it so far. Rob, what are you doing down there?
Well, Rob, I hope would have seen them flee.
Sure.
I know that I would have. Okay. I'm gonna take the dash, and then I'm going to. I don't have a good song prepared for this one, so I'll just bonus. I'm just gonna bonus action healing word. So.
Okay. You don't actually have to do a performance every time you do
I know,
Yeah,
but
you do.
I'm working on it. Well, healing word should just be a word of,
healing word's just a bonus action.
It's just a word. It's just, you're healed!
Healed!
Yeah, exercise the demon.
The demon. Yeah.
Cuddle with your demons.
That should have shown up.
There we go. 7 points of healing, absolutely.
To who?
7 points for you.
Again, it was me the whole time.
It was you the whole time. Now, Rob, healing word is a bonus action, so if you would like, you could
use the dash to get there.
Dash to get there, okay.
Yep.
So Anrin, that brings it round to you. Kobold goo on your boots, but what are you up to?
Taking a deep breath and keeping on going. Thinking, And whispering, well, that was disappointing. There was no dragon.
There was not a dragon, no.
There was
Cold.
not a
On
dragon yet.
Kobolds
And
known
the-
for their traps.
There... So I'm just moving forward.
Okay.
Still along the side of the road.
Sounds good.
Now, we're still in initiative?
So that's going to come up to a question. Is everybody just continuing along at this point? Does anyone have an aggressive action other than just continue?
My primary goal is to get this horse and the passengers to the keep.
Sounds good. So you burst out of the bramble pathway. You see that river in front of you. It's got a half a foot of water or so going across it. You're going to hit it at speed. Are you slowing down, or are you just going right through with it?
Well, with proficiency in land vehicles, I assume that I have some understanding of how that would. Do I think that if I just go through at speed, I'll be fine?
It'll throw up a big spray of water. There'll be a lot of bouncing, but you think you could handle it.
I'm just going.
You got it. So you continue on at speed. You're about to come up between a set of houses, and then you can decide, are we sticking with the path and following the path up, or are we going to cut across some grass?
Also, with proficiency in land vehicles, I think I know that it's not going to handle rough terrain well, so I'm going to stay on the road.
Sounds good. As you come up to the next intersection and start to slow down enough to make that turn, you're not going to be able to hit that at speed. You'll fishtail, you get a little bit of tank slapper going on there. You do notice that there is another band of raiders up there. Just a second as we move everybody here. And we're going to assume that you have slowed down enough that people can position where they wish to be. So as you come up on this intersection, please position yourself as you would be around the cart. And you're going to notice right about here, there's a couple of bandits or raiders waiting to stop anyone who's trying to get to the keep. Now, they haven't formed anything structural or particularly formal, but there's a handful of them there.
Yeah.
Up
From the
here,
time
Casey.
that I cast... Oh, I'm sorry.
Oops, sorry.
Up here is where you're.
Sorry, I just had to move stuff around. Let me get back to where we're looking at. So as you come... I was on the wrong layer. As you come up here, you're going to have to slow down to make the turn.
Yep.
Right in here, kind of behind the houses, you're going to see some folks. If you want, you could try and cut this way.
Yeah.
They would be over here. If you're willing to try and run it across the rough ground. As a land driver, you would know, yeah, that's a little bit rougher, especially since you're heading towards an uphill. There's probably a reason that the path does this little zigzaggy bit here, but maybe avoiding a battle is better. Driver, which way we going?
Unless anyone says otherwise, I'm going to stay on the road and try to barrel straight through them.
Gotcha.
And I will ready a javelin to maybe take one out before we get there.
Sounds good. I'm going to go ahead and... Yep.
Sorry, I just want to double check. From the time I casted Hex to this point, how much time would have passed?
10 to 15 minutes, maybe? How
Okay,
long does it
so
last? I think it's an
1
hour,
hour,
right?
so-
Oh, yeah, you got...
Yeah, so I could still like put it on someone once they're like within sight range.
Absolutely.
Cool.
All right, so as you round the corner, you do see 6 folks. Again, we will move the cart at the end of the initiative order. Let's go ahead and reset our initiatives. Lunk.
I'm gonna move up here. Before we could position ourselves. You said before
Yes.
we.
Please go ahead and position yourselves as you'd like to be, and basically you
Okay.
would have done that. Turn
I've
your cards.
lost my rage at this point
Okay.
because we've reestablished initiative and I didn't get hit by anything.
Yep.
What a good time to crit my initiative.
Yeah.
Dang it!
Wait for me!
Now it's an upside down 9.
Okay, let me try it again. It said I wanted to send that to you, but I forgot to select.
Amren, yours did send, but I don't think you had your token selected.
But it went anyway?
It showed up in chat, but it didn't show up
yeah.
on the tracker.
Do
It just
again.
doesn't know to put you in there unless you've selected your token. So it'll roll it, but it won't associate it. Is the
There,
issue.
I like that better anyway.
Sounds good. And Amren, as you get a little bit ahead, you're stretching out to be able to scope out what's going on. You do see 6 humanoid figures, again, cloaked, rough masks on, blocking the way. They are carrying spears, one in hand and several in a pouch on their side. Looks like they could fight hand to hand or throw them. They look fairly ready for you. Show, though, you get to go first. The cart will move at the end of the round, but you can prep or do whatever you'd like, or change course. What are you doing?
There's more of them than I was anticipating. I'm going to change, but I'm going to try to stay as close to this building as possible to stay on leveler ground.
Okay. So, go ahead and give me a strength check for your driving. Para 19's good. You get a good grip on it, pull that horse around. Wagon goes a bit crazy. It is not made for this at all, but the wheels stay on, things hold together. It's only got you and the 2 women and the children inside. Show, you've managed to corner. Are we going...
Is that my action to do that?
That'll be your action to do that. Change, because we're changing course. Are we going straight across? And if so, what speed are we going at?
I'm going to keep at the speed we are, but I'm not going to go straight across. I'm going to round up going around this way.
Got it. So stay kind of right there and then
So
back on
I
the
can
road.
Get back onto the road, but just behind them. I
Sounds
realize
good.
that we're going to draw some attacks doing that, but it's going to mean I don't have to go through them.
You got it. Now that seems to have caught a number of them flat-footed. They are readying to try and stop you with where they are. You can see them setting their spears like they're going to accept a charge. Coming within close range to them is probably going to be rough on folks. Anrin, what are you doing?
I'm not coming into close range of them because I am thinking more clearly. And what I am doing is I am going to go ahead and pace the horse and come behind this building for right now.
Sounds good.
Square.
And Amron, did you move your token or am I just delayed? Oh, there we go.
Here I am.
You got it. Rob.
I'm going to put my hand on Chiquito's shoulder, and I'm going to say, all my friends know Chiquito. He's feeling low. Let's get him a little higher. And now you're Bardic Inspiration.
I like that.
And then I'm going to move over to here. And as my action on Animotics here,
Okay.
I'm going to say 1, 2, 3 into the foe. It's Jenna and Rob Oaks working this flow. Slide, slide, but that's the past. I got a brand new way to kick your ass.
Let's see music appreciation. An 11, not enough.
Nope.
Let's see some damage.
All right. Let me get the spell. Why won't it do that? Just
3 points of damage, and very importantly, disadvantage
disadvantage.
on the next attack.
Got it. That's
Go
it for me.
back. Rob, anything else for you?
No, I've done everything I can do.
All right. Chiquito, inspired as you are, what are you up to?
He's gonna kind of nod his head a bit and go, "Oh,
He's gonna. I like that. He's gonna. Oh, they're very good. They had my name in the song. I like that. He's gonna go and run here. Look
You got a
across.
little Creole there.
Yeah, Creole. When I run, it hangs a bit more. So, I run up and I see them there, and I go and from my hand I go and I just like put my hand on the ground.
Okay.
And pretty much I cast Entangle on those, and that pretty much they're all within that 20-foot.
Oh, I love that spell.
Entangle. Could I see the spell context, please? I believe that's a strength save for each of them.
I'll put that up for you right now.
Yes, please. Strength saving throw. And what is your DC? I'm going to do it typewriter style for 6 of them. 1, 2,
My
3.
DC is 14.
Oof. You got 2 of them. The others did not. The 2 you got are entangled. Give you a little net. Give you a little net. The others managed to rip their boots free. Chiquito, anything else?
Oh. I go and I let's see, that was a action. A bonus as my bonus action, I'm gonna go ahead and so concentration, do I still have to concentrate for it to stay that way, or can I leave my concentration and still be with the thorns and whatnot?
So as long as you don't cast another concentration spell, it'll just stay there. If you take damage, then you have to roll a concentration check. So as long as you don't break your concentration, you can do anything else you want, as long as it's not another concentration effect.
Okay, in that case, I'm not gonna do anything, but I'm just gonna sit there and look up with my Avenger pose to look to see how I did, and that's it.
Sounds good. As that's happening, Risoni here is tearing their way out of the vines. They are stepping forward, getting clear. They are not going to close with these scary-looking folks. Instead, they are going to throw their spear right from the edge of that viney mess. Rob, you are the closest, so you are getting a spear thrown at you. Rob, 18 for 2.
Definitely hits.
Yaz, what kind of response do we have?
My
Hold on to that
response-
spear. It could be useful.
my response is I'm going to scoot. I think I have. Yeah, I can reach it. I'm gonna place on. I think that's his. Yeah, Uriel. I'm gonna place the hex on Uriel. Possible.
Okay.
I am also going to send an Eldritch Blast their way.
Okay.
So quick, they're going to feel some uncomfortable tingles, and then a Eldritch Blast. That doesn't look good.
Fortunate.
That was another warning shot! And I'm going to duck behind this way.
Sounds
towards
good.
the house.
So Annie is then going to tear her way free of those vines, heading down in this direction. She's not feeling great about herself at the moment, but she is going to launch a spear, even at disadvantage, at the mean bard. Rob, spear coming at you. Disadvantage, a pair of 19s.
Well, that'll do.
So that'll tap you for 2, and that'll teach you to make fun of a guard. And no more disadvantage. Amsox over here, horribly named, forces their way out of the vines as well. They're coming over on
What
this
recourse
side.
did he have but becoming a cultist with a name like Amsox?
You just sometimes you know what you're born to do. Amsox though is going to huck a spear down here at Show.
More like Amsox, am I right?
A 12 is going to miss, thrown off by how terrible that all was. Show, horse and cart and riders moving along. Now, you're going to have to swing a little bit wide or not? Are you keeping across the ground, or are you swinging within range of these guards? They would get attacks of opportunity if you cut it that close.
I'm going to bulldoze right into them.
You're going to bulldoze right into them. Absolutely.
Yeah, but I'm also going to throw a javelin at one of them.
Sounds good. So,
And we'll throw an animatics on the way.
All right, I'm going to move you all right here just because I know you're going through them, but I'm going to move you out of the way.
Sure.
So let's go ahead and give me let's call it give me an animal handling to see if you can convince a horse to make a hoof attack.
Do it.
Would that still be okay? Just wouldn't be vehicles at all. It's just
this is a straight up. You're just making a horse angry enough to attack. You do not. So it is just going to sort of bump them out of the way. It's not going to throw some hooves around.
Okay.
And could I have your javelin attack, please? Javelin's going to do real well. 5 points of damage struck. And there's a bit of dodging and bustling and hustling and that sort of thing. But you swing wide of the entangle and are back on the road now. Annie is going to go ahead and get the attack of opportunity. And Annie knows this game and is going to try and spear the horse.
No.
18 for 7. How many hit points does a draft horse have? A draft horse has 19. So, draft horse not happy, but not dead yet.
I'm going to turn, with my move, I'm going to get out of the seat and move up behind the riders.
Okay.
And yell to the riders, take the reins, just go toward the keep. So that if any attacks are thrown, they come at me and not them.
Okay. So we're changing positions here. I just totally goofed up. There we go. You're now at the back.
I've got it.
Horse at the front. Exchanges are happening, and these two look super beat, but the horse is on a path. They're kind of getting it. But now we've got some folks up.
It won't take much, but
Yeah.
I want any attacks to come at me and not them.
You got it. So up at the top here, one is able to just step out of the entangle and then launch a spear, so that it show. I'll get it eventually. Show. Okay. It's coming at you. Ranged spear. 9 for nothing. The other two trying to tear their way out. Strength checks against that entangle. 1, 2. No, they stay tied up. Anrin, what are you doing with this situation?
Well, it seems to me that we kind of have an advantage. Unless they can run faster than us, we're not engaged. I'm running this way to get out ahead of the horse.
Sounds good. Moving easily through the high grass towards the keep. Now you're close enough that you can see the keep is people. There are folks in there. And that's perhaps why the guards are staying this far back, and they don't look real interested in pursuing you because there are some folks with bows on the walls. The walls themselves about 10 to 12 feet high, but you can see they lack the finished crenellations and defenses. It looks as though like the top few layers of this keep have just been taken away at some point. The gate is currently mostly closed, but it looks like it's being held open and perhaps defenders inside ready for you to arrive. Rob, what are you doing?
Just want to double check that I'm picking up what you're laying down there, Casey, like ready for us to arrive as in welcoming, not as in they're all
as in welcoming.
That's when we run. Okay. We're all running there because they wanted to go there. I just wanted to make sure that we weren't running into our death. Okay.
Yes. These appear to be friendlies as long as you are demonstrably friendly to them. Having two townsfolk with you, big help.
Good deal. Good
really
deal.
sells it.
Okay. All right. I'm going to quickly to Yaz. I'm going to say, I just can't get enough. Boom, boom, just can't get enough. You just can't get enough. And now you got inspiration. And then Casey, can we say that I have at least a rock for a sling?
Sure.
ammunition?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Then I'm gonna. I already put sling on my sheet, so I will shoot a sling at the one right in front of me.
Got it. Rockin'
I'm gonna miss.
I think that was a dirt clod.
Yeah. I thought it was a rock, but I've got human eyes. I couldn't tell. And then I'm going to run.
Got it. Chiquito.
Chiquito is going to follow suit and also run. I guess I just dash. I guess might as well get up there.
Got it. Risoni steps down and cuts off Yaz.
Oh no!
Oh,
Don't forget all
Yaz.
your inspirations.
You've got a spear wielded in two hands being stabbed at your midsection. A 10 is gonna miss. Yaz, what you doing?
Like that frilled Dilophosaurus thing in Jurassic Park. All of a sudden, like the little fringes come up, and I'm gonna shoot just point blank out of surprise, just another Eldritch Blast. But can I use one of the chat advantages?
Absolutely. Please roll with advantage. And I do have a question. When you do this, does the blast come out of your mouth? Are you actually...
If with DM approval, absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
You can blast out of anywhere you want. That's your problem.
Yeah. It
the problem.
probably like looked like I did it intentionally, but Yaz knows deep inside that was like a ha, like a I'm surprised.
That's a
type of
fear
thing.
reaction.
Like a burp you didn't mean.
Yeah, like a fear burp, like.
So
It's
it is advantage, and this is range, so disadvantage cancels out. It is a straight roll.
Oh
please.
shoot, that's right, because I forgot about that bit. Oh, well.
Yeah, oh
It's
yes,
still
please.
fun.
That's pretty good either
Nice.
way. 6 points of damage is not going to knock this guard down, though.
Man.
And
Too bad
Hex
I
was on
didn't
the
put
wrong
Hex on him.
one.
Yeah. Too bad, but I'm still pleased with that.
All right, Yaz, what else are you doing?
I might risk the attack of opportunity to try to catch up with everyone else.
Okay.
I might risk it. Okay, yeah, that should put me back there. Ooh, if possible.
Okay, so Yaz, you start running, and then something perhaps bad happens. Rather than stab at you with the spear, the guard grabs your frills and tries to drag you down into a grapple.
Oh no!
So I'm going to need your choice of acrobatics or athletics, and you need to do better than a 10. Otherwise, you're not going anywhere.
Both are not great, but
You can use my
acrobatics is
inspiration.
stiff.
You could use inspiration,
You can use
Yeah.
my die,
and you can use the die.
or you could use,
You could use both. I mean, you got another inspiration, and then you got
And
a
the
bardic
bard-
inspiration. You can decide on the bardic
bardic
afterwards.
Yeah, you can see the roll first.
That's true.
So are you using chat inspiration for advantage?
I think I'll do Wait, I had bardic inspiration, or?
You have bardic and chat.
Oh, cool, sweet. Yeah, I think I'll do bardic one.
Oh,
Okay.
Can we use both at the same time?
You
Or
could
no,
use both
only
at the
one?
same time if you wanted, but that's you're expending resources,
That is true.
and the night is early.
God, I felt like we were in endgame.
Sorry, when I say the night is early, I mean the game night is the in-game night is early. We're pretty well into this evening already.
Yeah, I'll do the bardic one and hope for the best.
Bardic
I don't think
and
I even
hope
think
for
with
the
the bardic
best.
one that's not gonna help me much.
Okay,
It
so
could. It's a D6, right?
so you have 5. You need to get to 11. So if you use your bardic and roll a 6, you'd be okay.
So take the chance.
Okay, so go ahead and give me a d6. Let's see a 6.
Chancing it.
Is a 3.
Oh, why you do this to me?
Unfortunately, as you go by, he just grabs the back of your frill and you're like, no, that tears, and whoop, boom, he stops you in your tracks. Yaz,
Damn.
Hey, guy.
any bonus action?
Last I checked, no. So I'm gonna stick with no.
That's gonna bring up Annie. Annie is coming down and trying to get Yaz. Yaz, you got another spear coming at you. Standard attack, stab to the gut. 6 is gonna miss.
4 hisses.
Amsox coming around. Can Amsox get there? 30 feet gets right there. We got another spear coming at Yaz.
Oh.
Ooh, crits
I
it.
think I'm down, guys.
Oh no.
Yaz falls unconscious.
Yeah, I am. I
Not
am
a
down.
healing words.
Show. You can hear and see this happening.
Yeah.
You are looking back out the back of the cart. You know what's going down.
So
What are you doing?
Horse is about to move, right?
Horse is in motion. Because you're going basically at the same time. I'm gonna say if you want to do something right as before.
I'm gonna rage and I'm gonna jump up.
Okay. I had a feeling that was something that was coming.
So yeah, I'm gonna rage and run up to here.
And the horse is gonna do that.
I will swing the maul at animatics.
Okay. Yes.
Oh. Whoa!
Yes.
For 17 because I didn't have rage on that.
Avenge me.
Annie is not standing anymore. Show anything else.
Damn, I had a great song.
I'm gonna yell at the other two. That's it.
Yeah, they're pretty angry as well. Up top, gonna start moving around that big entangle. Gonna get down to about here. That's 30 feet. They're gonna make it. Show, you got a spear coming at you from behind. We're not playing flanking, so this is just a straight attack, but it is a 9. Nothing happening. Ural and Adatta trying to get out of this terrible, terrible situation. Strength. Tears free. Doesn't tear free. Ural's in motion. Makes it down to about there. No longer bound. Anrin, what you up to?
Hesitating, but not too long. And this time I'm going to go ahead and pull out my short bow. And I want to aim it at Pack.
Okay.
Go ahead and try and shoot Pack.
12 will not land.
So,
Whoop, didn't quite hear you if you said something.
coming in anyway, and just tell Rob to... Rob, run!
Okay. Rob, run. Are you?
So with my last inspiration, I go, Sobari, 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 Sobari. I'm the same boy I used to be. You're inspired. And then I'm going to shoot Amsox with a sling bolt, hopefully.
Okay.
Was that another butchering of my name?
Yes, Sobari.
Okay. Stolara.
Oh man, yeah, totally.
Cholari. I mean, you could have gone.
Stolari.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been much better.
Oh yeah. See.
Stolari, Stolari. I'm the same boy I used to be.
Music is an
Sling.
art. Oh, that's a pretty good sling. And that was Amsox that we were aiming for.
It was
4 points of damage struck.
4 points.
You found one of the rocks.
Yes.
Rob, anything else?
Other ones are dirt.
That's
it.
Chiquito?
As we're doing it, we're almost.
Little known fact: Warforged always make that noise when they change direction.
Yeah. I'm going back.
Okay.
We'll just dash. I'll dash my way down there. That'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. That's going to bring up Rasani. Rasani, Yax is down. Is looking at... I think between the two, the scarier is Amren. So Amren, they are stepping up basically right on top of Yax. We're going to move Yax out of the way just for convenience sake here. And Amren, you are getting a spear coming at you. Two-handed. Complete whiff. Yaz, I need to ask for the first death saving throw of the campaign.
It's fine. You move my corpse around and... Oh, that's a good one.
Yaz, you find yourself looking up at the straddled legs of a enemy. What are you doing? You are up and writhing.
Or acid.
So you are laying down if you attack. Sorry.
Can I bite their ankle?
You absolutely may. So here's an important question. Are you using half your movement to stand up? Because otherwise you will be at disadvantage. But you could still like get up to a crouch and bite an ankle.
Oh, okay. I'll use half the movement to get up.
Yep. So basically you just flip it around, getting your hands and feet under you, and then you go for the ankle bite. Let's see some ankle biting.
And before I do that, I'm going to use the chat inspiration.
Sure.
Out of the way. Nice. And go bite.
A 14 is not enough.
Damn it.
So you just clomp on, but they got those fancy new metal boots on, and just no meat to be found.
I was sure she said she was not an ankle biter earlier.
You know, I feel like that did come up earlier.
It's a lot more difficult when you stand all the way up and then go back down to try to bite the ankle.
It was the first thing she said to the people on the cart when we rescued them. She said, "I am not an ankle biter."
I
Obviously
don't remember that.
But she still isn't, and she still isn't. He still isn't.
That's true.
I don't remember such words coming from my mouth.
Now, to be fair, a second ago I thought she was dead, so there's lots of surprises that could happen. You just don't know.
Those are semantic. You know, the words I say, you don't have to believe them. You just sometimes.
She's tricky, that one.
So Yaz, that was an action. That was half your movement, but you've got half your movement left in a bonus action if you have one. What are you doing, if anything? And you can crawl out in any direction that you would like.
Okay. And do I have like 1 HP because of that, or
you
like
have
how
1
does that...
HP.
Okay. I feel I don't feel good about risking another opportunity to attack, but it might be better than just standing here.
Okay.
Because either way, they're gonna attack. They might attack me.
I mean, you are chewing on their legs, so yes, they're probably angry at you.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit. Yeah, I'll probably risk it and just do that. It would have been smarter to disengage, but I like the idea of biting ankles more.
Okay, fair. Where are you moving to?
I'm gonna try to shove my way past towards Chiquito and Rob.
Okay, so what I would say is basically you were occupying the same space. You climbed out this way so that you didn't take an attack of opportunity from anyone except Risoni, whose ankle you are chewing on. So there will be one attack of opportunity coming at you. Risoni looks down like, I tried to go easy on you, and then just stabs downward. 12?
Ah, no!
Misses!
You're flat. Woo!
Yes, please move up to 15 feet away.
Alright.
And then I've got some good news and some bad news.
So would that be, I think that's about there?
Yep, that's about there.
Okay.
As you start to move away, Amsox is right there chasing after you. Squirrely little lizard folk that you are. Amsox comes chasing after, spear in hand, coming at you. And
Do I get an attack of opportunity?
Did not leave your range.
No, he didn't leave your area of engagement.
You are.
Well,
you have 10
'cause
feet,
he was
right?
over here.
So he
Well,
was here.
if I had the glaive. No,
Yeah.
he
He
was
was in
right
your range
there.
the whole time, though.
Yeah, he stayed in 10
Dang
feet.
Dang it.
So he stayed in. But you do get to follow up with an attack if you choose now.
That's me, though.
Oh, sorry, show. You get to make a move there.
All right. Well, I'm going to turn in. I'll swing at Peak, who is just behind me, as it is rude to sneak up behind someone.
Yes.
And I'll
Wow.
hit him for 10.
You do a lot of damage. And
Hit
Peok
hard.
had 11 hit points left. So is still standing. Show anything else.
I will step over so that I am between Peak and Enren.
Sounds good.
Otherwise, no.
Peok takes your kindness and returns it with a spear. Spear coming at you. 16
Will just hit.
for 7. Uriel.
Because I am raging.
Oh, rage. Yes, very much. Uriel's going to try and come down and get in the action. Has the movement. Gets up close. Show, you start to get boxed in. Spears all around. Spear coming at you, Show. 10? No.
No.
Stuck in the entangle. Cursing these vines.
You stay over there. That is where you belong.
14 was the DC, right? I think so. So I think that's a tear free.
Uh-oh.
Now out. And over. And eventually we'll do something. Maybe. But Anrin, what are you up to there?
Very happy. Feeling very boxed in, and so I'm going to hit whoever this guy is that just came up beside me.
Risoni to the left or northeast for Uriel?
Or whoever this guy is down here.
Down there?
Eliminate the one attacking Yaz. I will take these two up here.
You got it. Amsox down south it is.
Yes. Hate that name.
I don't like socks.
What's your name? I hate it.
What are socks? Oh, bad.
Oh, no. That won't do.
I don't know. This whole declaring yourself to be sock. Weird. I am sock.
You were unarmed striking?
So I'm unarmed striking.
Oh.
And that will miss. A bonus action?
My only bonus action has already been taken.
You
so
got it. Rob.
I could move, but I'm not going.
Okay.
Bob is gonna try. Man, I'm a hoping and a praying. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
All right,
That's
was at this guy here.
Up north?
Yep,
Absolutely. Conk and gone.
trying to drop one of them. All right, well that's good, because I got nothing. And then I'll move right here over by my friend Chiquito. All right. You sound like a banana.
I was just gonna say, it sounds like you said
Yeah.
banana.
I hear that all the time. Okay. He's going to. He's gonna go up and try to. Yeah. Well. Let me see. He is going to. Well, yeah, because then we're all. What's that?
Never mind, that's not till level 2. I was about to be like, you can wild shape, and I was like,
No,
no,
I can't. I know. I'm gonna be like.
So I'll
This
drop
was working earlier.
I'll drop a little spoiler for all the hard work. This is the one session where you get a 1 session level. So you're this close to level 2, but you gotta survive.
You see me going. It was on. Like, someone turned it off. Oh well.
I'm gonna go up and now I'm gonna do my mouth opens again, and another one comes out, and then this time a third one comes out. A little mouth goes out to Amsox.
You're disturbing Warforged. Let's see.
I'm not the machinist, but this design seems questionable.
What was your design purpose? I want to know.
Toilet repair. The design purpose was toilet repair.
Oh, I guess
That's
it
just the-
extends
that's just
mouth
the
to
snake.
Did that go through? I haven't seen on my side yet.
Sorry.
Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
Oh, we finally get the big damage, and that is enough.
Okay.
Amsox falls.
Nice.
Chiquito, anything else?
I move.
Tide is turning, folks. The tide is turning.
Oh, actually, you know what? I'm gonna go.
You're
And I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna put up my hand for you. To try to give you a high five and give you some guidance somehow for something, whatever.
Isn't guidance an action?
I believe it's a bonus action. Let me check again. If it's an action, then
I'm
I
not sure,
don't.
but if it works, it works. If not, it doesn't.
Well, either way, you couldn't understand what I said, so it wouldn't. It probably wouldn't have mattered.
one action.
Yeah, it's an action. So I'm gonna go like that and go.
Yeah, what you said.
As that wonderful exchange of pleasantries happens, Rossoni is going to try and stick a spear in Anrin. Spear coming. 7's a big miss. Yaz, free and clear to do something. What are you doing?
Thank goodness. I'm going to scamper my way over here,
Mm-hmm.
turn around with a bit of a flare. I don't know if you've seen that gif of the tiny child who's dressed as a cowboy where he spins and does like the finger guns, but he's going to do whoosh and send an eldritch blast his way.
Not seen it, but I have now seen it in my mind, and it was just
Excellent. That is all I could hope for.
Who knew
Eldritch blast.
Who knew that?
Yay!
Maybe a little
Another
too much
warning
drama.
Yes.
too much brain meme.
Yeah.
I stumbled because I'm so weak. I went, oh no, and it's gone.
Show back around to you. What do we got?
I will swing them all at Uriel's head.
Yes, that is where Uriel's head was.
For 11.
11 is the perfect number. No more Uriel.
And then I will turn and look at Rossoni, and just to give him a questioning look.
We still got Attica up there.
There is indeed someone charging in from above. Can they make it? They cannot. 5 feet short. They must instead launch their spear. As they go to throw, they're like, I'll throw it at, and then pivots and hucks it at Yaz, the one that's shooting crazy magic all over the place. Yaz, you have a ranged spear coming at you. Ooh, 21 for 3.
No!
It's the first double-digit attack by one of them in rounds.
It's been a little while, but they come up big sometimes. Anrin?
I'm down.
He had a little kobold tattoo on his on him.
I'm using inspiration, and it's the chat inspiration,
Sure
and
can.
so that's with advantage.
Yes, please.
Okay, so how do I do advantage on here?
I'm hoping there's a button.
I'm hoping
Maureen,
there's a button.
in the bottom right corner, there's a B, 20-sided die that if
There it
you
is,
click,
got it.
right-click it, you can tell it to roll advantage.
Time passes between the times I use them. Okay. This time, still here in front of me. Still going to use the unarmed strike.
Okay. 19 will hit. 3 points of bludgeoning damage dealt. Are you raging at this point? I think
I'm
no.
not raging.
Not raging. Okay. 3 is not enough. Still standing. Anrin, anything else?
Grappling is an action too, is it not?
Grappling would be an action. There is a feat that lets you do as a bonus action, but you wouldn't have that yet.
Okay, let me see that. You're right, because the only bonus action I have is rage.
Got it. Over to Rob.
I am going to... I'm going to run over to Yaz, and I will make a medicine check to stabilize her.
Okay, go ahead and give me a medicine check, 10 or better.
Oh,
That is not 10 or better.
should have called advantage. Oh well.
Fortunately, you
Nice.
can't make it worse. Chiquito?
That's it.
Chiquito.
I run over here. Using my other advantage, I'm gonna also try a medicine check.
All right, let's see.
I have
10 or
2
better.
like-
I see what you're doing. I'm gonna try it too.
All right, here we go. Medicine.
Nice.
Yay! You are unconscious with 0 hit points at the moment. Risoni is going to strike out. Anrin's coming towards you. A 22
That one
for
hit.
6.
I'm down.
Anrin falls unconscious. Yaz, you are unconscious. Show. Show, what do we got?
I'm going to use the first of my chat inspiration,
Okay,
bringing them all at Rusoni.
okay. 24 will hit. Good call.
Good call.
12,
Nice.
12 will do it. Risoni falls.
and move up to Edda.
All right.
And actually, I'm going to move around so he can't go after the others.
Sounds good. As you move around, Atta is tracking you with their spear and strikes at you. Two-handed spear attack. Did I hit it? There it goes. 12, I think, is a miss.
It is a miss.
Anrin, I do need to ask for a death saving throw from you.
Okay, I'll need to ask again, how do I do that in...
That's complicated. You got to zero out your hit points in D&D Beyond. As soon as you zero them out, a thing will pop up. Sorry, Casey. If you...
Yep, go for it. I don't know this one.
Okay. Zero it out, then a thing will pop up that'll allow you to roll a death saving throw.
So in the hit point box, there's a heal or damage. Just type your total hit points and hit damage.
Hit points, max hit points. Okay, so I have 0 healing, 0 damage is what I've got there.
So in the little box that has heal and damage, heal above it and damage below it.
That's my first death saving throw.
Okay.
There you go.
That is a success. You got 1 on the good side.
Whew.
Rob, what you doing?
Well, I'm gonna move forward 5 feet,
Okay.
and then I'm going to pick what I hope is a stone and not dirt, and I'm gonna use chat inspiration.
Okay.
Oh,
of
what the
18s.
use it then?
It's a hit, though. The hit's the
Yeah, it
important
is a
thing.
hit.
Doesn't
All
knock
right.
at the down, though. Rob, anything
No.
else?
No, I'm just gonna say things at him, but they aren't any.
All right, Chiquito.
I got nothing.
Chiquito's gonna run up. Here. Chiquito is going to. Let me see. Yeah, he's gonna open his mouth, and surprisingly, he's gonna open his mouth, and instead, you might see just a few little a few little claws start coming up out of his hand, and he's gonna go. "Ah!" and just slap him with a normal
Let's
savagery.
see it. It is a successful fate. Let's see some damage. Oh,
Nice.
not quite enough, but you've got him loopy. Chiquito, anything else?
Chiquito. That's all he's gonna do.
All right. Yaz, I'm sorry to say you are still unconscious. Show.
It's okay.
I'm gonna use my last chat inspiration and swing all out with them all.
Okay.
Nice.
Good
There
call
it
on
is.
the
Call again.
inspiration. That will do it. We are out of turn order. I'm assuming some people are going to rush over and do some medicine.
Go.
Okay.
Wake up. Hello.
Here you go.
All right. So we just need someone to help here. Anrin,
Yep.
I do need a death saving throw because they're not going to get to you before that. And there is a chance that the luck could be fantastically bad. That's another success. So
Well,
the odds of this
fantastically good.
going badly are very, very slim. But we're just going to play it out. Rob, are you going to try medicine?
If no one else is coming to help,
Oh,
I will
if it's
help,
my
but
turn,
I
I
don't
will-
know what I'm doing.
I will definitely try medicine.
Okay,
sure.
let's see a medicine try.
Got too excited. I put my sheet away.
Don't put the sheet away yet. All right, stabilized.
that's great.
Okay. And with that, you are able to stabilize your friends. Dragging and limping your way into the keep, you are greeted by other citizens of the town. The basic guard force has been built up of some of the hunters and folks, but it looks like a ragtag group. There's maybe 50 in the keep at this point, only 10 of which look even reasonably capable with the short bows that they're using. You are greeted by someone who identifies himself as the governor, Governor Tarball Nighthill. And I want to thank you for all the hard work that you've done for my constituents. Of course, what we want you to do is just go ahead, sell yourself down there, get yourself a little bit of rest. We're going to have our best folks taking a look at you. Now, fortunately, those of us who have a little bit of clerical powers about them are exhausted at this point, so we can't offer any magical healing, but you go ahead and you take your rest, okay? And as you do so, go ahead and consider yourselves, promoted in the town. One might say you've achieved a level 2 kind of situation. So congratulations. The party
Constituent
has
rank 2.
achieved rank 2. And
Level 2 town saviors.
One Punch Man.
if everybody doesn't mind, I'd actually like us to end a little early because we've reached kind of an awkward spot because those were some fierce cultists and kobolds, and that took a little longer than I was expecting. So what I'd like to do is, I was thinking we would be about 2 hours to this point. We'd do a level up and a break and then pick it back up again. But instead, what I think I'd like to do is call it as a wrap for tonight, give you the opportunity to do your level up over the week and pick back up fresh at level 2. Now, you do get the benefits of a long rest. Unfortunately, that takes about 8 hours. And the party's banged up enough that they're not really going to be able to do much to help the town. So the raiders are going to be out there doing all sorts of nonsense. Then, pretty close to dawn, you're going to have some opportunities to do some stuff here. And maybe you're going to help out, maybe not. The governor will give you a little bit of information on what you might be able to do to help if you are feeling heroic come daybreak, or maybe you just let it all ride out. We'll find that part out next week. So, thank you all for playing. Is there anything that you would like to say to one another as you recover consciousness and have a few words hold up about your decision, instead of heading west, to head into town?
I gurgle.
All right, so we'll wrap it up there. Thanks everybody for playing with me. We'll pick back up with the characters, and we'll be doing a little less of the intense combat-y whole situation, but Tyranny of Dragons does kick off with an awful lot of combat right up front. We have been playing on 20 Sets Every Story. My name's Casey. We're playing 5e. It's Tyranny of Dragons. Like, follow, and obey. Do please feel free to hop into the Discord where you can chat with us and see things like our community game schedule, where Patreons can hop in and join us for community games. It's also where we would do a lot of our recruiting for the games. And thanks for the gems. It's where we do a lot of recruiting for the games. So that's where I found all these wonderful people to play with. Some weeks ago, I said, hey, let's play a game. And they said, okay. Now we're playing one. So that's awesome. Thanks, everybody. I'm going to hit the button in a second, like a 10-second countdown if you want to scream anything, whatever.
I have been advanced.
Thanks, everybody.